Good evening, everybody. It's Sunday. It's time for us to jump into some more good old Warframe. I hope you're all doing well where you are around the world. Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully the stream is, fingers crossed, touching wood, hopefully it's all running fine today. Because on Friday we had a lot of issues, not gonna lie. A heck of a lot of issues. So if there are any issues on the stream, if you can't hear me, or if things just suddenly stop moving when you expect them to be moving, please do let me know. Please do let me know, but I assume nothing should be going wrong today. Nothing showing any warning signs on my side. So, despite what happened on Friday, we should be good. We should be good. Hello there, Aurelia Sleep. Hello there, Crown Ladybug. How are you both doing? Hello there, Garugas. Hello there, Pessy. Hello, Brook Prime. Hello, Chocodika. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. And yes, it is indeed Pride Month. For those of you who haven't noticed it yet, the logo over on the Discord has been updated. It's a animated logo, so just hover over it. You'll see exactly what I mean thereafter. No point otherwise spoiling it. All the same, welcome in. Hello, everybody. Hello there, Malicitos. Hello there, Assassin Blitz. Hello there, Craft. Hope you're doing well as well. No idea what you mean on that, Betty, but fair enough. Don't know if you're referencing something I'm just not familiar with. Right, today, all y'all, what I'd like to go over today are the Drifter melees. Now, I've actually barely touched them so far. Despite the fact that Dee didn't kindly provide me with all of them, I have barely touched them so far. If I search Drifter, will that... Nope. If I search... Nope. Is there not really going to be a way to search for these? Dax? Thrax? Nope. No, it turns out that you can't search for the whole group of Drifter melees, so we have to just kind of remember which ones they are. But luckily for me, I barely use them, so they should be all at the bottom, or at least near enough. So yeah, here we go. We've got the Eden, the Sampotes, the Siam, and then further up should be a couple of the others. That would be the... sec. Oh, I've got it quick to do the Azathane, and then do I not have sort of movie yet? Oh, do I need to get that one still? Oopsie. That's a problem. That is a little bit of a problem. Alright then. I'll get into that. Maybe I have to build that one. Yes, so D gifted me 4 of them, but not this one. Alright, I'll build it then. Fine, whatever. Shove it in the oven. That one can just be dealt with later. That can be dealt with later. Alrighty then. Now, so far I've only really had a look at the Azathane. I'll be honest, I've had myself a nice little bit of downtime and just doing other bits and pieces that needed doing, as it were. But with the Azathane, this one is an interesting one. A two-handed Nakana, which is not exactly known as a very strong weapon category. Not a very strong one overall. But what is very curious is that if we have a look here, if I go Azathane, and you can buy all these from the market directly, so you can skip out on trying to buy them. Because to get hold of them, you would need to get hold of the blueprint. The blueprint itself you get when you purchase it for Pathos Clamps in Diviri. And if you want a second one, you have to go to Samaras and spend a whole bunch of standing. So that's a thing. And of course then you have to build it, have the slots, and you have to put in a reactor to get the most power out of it. Or you can skip all that and purchase it for platinum, so you know, it's definitely an option. It's definitely an option. But one curious thing here is this empty space right here. This empty space right here. Can I say, hello, come to ask you, do they... Sorry, I've come to ask you, do they keep the enemy moves on tactical combo move? I'm not sure what the question actually is, sorry, Caleb Knight. You've used the word they? And you're referencing tactical combo moves. I'm not sure exactly what the context is for your question. You need to kind of share that with me. Yeah. The olden days when two-handed Nakanas are somewhat powerful. I mean, they're somewhat powerful. It's just, you know, much stronger things exist in a number of categories. Like, there are certain daggers which are incredible. You've got Tomfas which can be incredible. You've got glaives which can be incredible. And it kind of leaves other stuff behind. It's the whole thing of a comparative meta is that some things are better and some things are worse. But yeah, there is certainly something to notice right here in this little space. If I go over to Siam, and we'll notice a blank space here. And if we go to the Edon, we'll notice that there is a blank space here. And if we go to the sandpipes, we'll notice there is a blank space here. But if I, for example, go to, oh, I don't know, let's go to the course assist. And, not a blank space. We have Mastery Rank 7 required. So what I'm calling out here is that all of the Drifter melees, all of them, appear to have absolutely no mastery requirement. Nothing. Where'd it go? So you can get all of them with the Pass-Loss camps straight away and then build them for your Warframe straight away, so long as you have the resources. Which is certainly a thing, because the Azathane, whilst it's not amazing, well, let me just compare this for you. If we bring up the Tenet Livia, now the Tenet Livia is a little bit higher than Mastery Rank 0. Just a teeny tiny bit higher than Mastery Rank 0. And the Tenet Livia has a slower attack speed. It does have higher base damage, in fact significantly higher because you get extra 60%, which adds on around about another 120 damage again there, so you're looking at nearly double the base damage, which is significant, don't get me wrong. But it has a vastly lower critical multiplier, a lower critical chance, granted higher status chance, it has a much lower range. So the Azathane here is actually kind of keeping up with the Tenet Livia. That is not an early game weapon. How about we have a look at, say, the Tatsu. I have both Tatsu and Tatsu Prime. Let's have a look at normal Tatsu. Tatsu I think is Mastery Rank 7. I'll have to check that in a moment. Tatsu here has, again, lower attack speed, not as much lower as... Oh no, I think it's even lower than Tenet Livia. So it's down to 1 from 1.17. The damage does go up by a fair chunk. You know, it's gone up by 44 points there, so that's not a small increase. That's around about a quarter there. But the crit chance drops down from 34 to just 16. The crit multiplier from 3 down to 2, in exchange for a little bit more status. We also notice the damage distribution here. Puncture and Slash are very close to each other, and we gain radiation, whereas the Azathane is mostly Slash. Which is a very interesting tidbit right there. Very interesting tidbit. Livia is more Slash-based. The Tenet Livia is kind of Slash-based. Kinda, because you get this huge 178 there, but then you'll have 60% of an element added on, up to 60%, and that element, I mean, sure, yeah, I've already demonstrated it doesn't matter how high or low you have that, it's still going to be contributing to the base damage and therefore contributing to your average Slash proc, but the weighting will be less Slash than it initially looks in the stats here, because you can't get a Slash progenitor element. So that Slash there is comparable, and in fact it's still very good on the Livia, don't get me wrong, the Livia is still a very good spot for the entire weapon category, but the Azathane is actually surprisingly good. Those stats are not messing around. If we get Tatsu Prime in here as a comparison, again, Tatsu Prime, 12 percentage points lower critical chance, 0.6 lower critical multiplier, still lower range. Yeah, it's only 0.2 meters. It's got 3 instead of 3.2, so it's not much of a difference, but it is lower. Same attack speed, thankfully. But it is higher up on status and the damage. Although, again, the damage is not as Slash weighted. It's radiation weighted. In fact, it is predominantly, its plurality is radiation. So this is very, very interesting. Because as much as I can rate the Azathane as it's alright, it's certainly alright. Like, it can't carry a Steel Path survival on its own, but with a bit of buffing it can kind of get there. And when I say carry Steel Path, I mean carry Steel Path survival, so you don't need to go use the life support. But this is a Mastery Rank 0 weapon that can do that. And what's more, I was doing that without ever having formed it. And that is extremely interesting to me, because if you have a Mastery Rank 0 melee weapon that requires no former, just a catalyst, and is able to fight on Steel Path levels, that's actually pretty damn good. That is actually pretty damn good right there. So, I've got some. I'm curious to see how the others pan out. Yeah. 2 V polarities. Yep, 2 base V polarities right there as well. So we got that on Blood Rush and Prime Pressure Point here. Obviously, you can swap in Condition Overload. And notice that on a standard combo build, we don't even need all of that because standard combo build with low viral to keep the slash up actually really just handles that very easily. On a heavy attack build, it's a little bit harder to pull off. I am using Prime Smite here. We've got Killing Blow. I've got an empty spot because that would require Form Ring to fit in the rest because sacrificial mods are expensive to use. But I mean, for covering most bases, that's pretty darn good. Mastery affects damage. Mastery doesn't directly affect damage, no. Higher mastery weapons tend to be better. But aside from that, no. No. Which is really quite impressive. It is really quite impressive. I think with this one, what I was going to do for that final slot there would be to slot in, what do you call it? Yeah, Prime Fever Strike. But that would require a lot of Form Rings. I think a Former there, and a Former there. Then I'd be able to put in Prime Fever Strike. Which is kind of a big ask. It does absolutely nothing for this build here. It's all just to accommodate the fact that I don't want to put an Umbral mod on. Or Umbral Former on. A very good reason. So yeah, that is certainly curious. Now, maybe you want to see that in action, so let's grab the Azathain here. Let's see. We'll go for... Yeah, let's go on the heavy attack one. Let's bring heavy attack. And I've got Latrim Prime equipped as well, just compared to S tier weaponry. Let's bring this one into Draco on Ceres. This is where I love to do a lot of testing. This is kind of my litmus test for testing. If a weapon here can keep the life support going without any abilities used, then the weapon is basically into S tier for general weapon usage. Is Azathain's heavy attack special effect still bugged? Heavy attack special effect? What I understood was the Azathain had a special slam block combo, which all of the two-handed Incarnas don't have. That's what I understood that to be. Sworn Source? Is that supposed to happen here? Is that supposed to happen for a Warframe? I'm not sure exactly. I'll be quite honest with you. This game is so damn riddled with bugs, I'm never sure what's supposed to happen. I can only go with what does exist, unfortunately.
Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary.
Oops, I rolled what I wasn't supposed to roll, but that's fine. So, this is Steel Path level. And this is a 0 Former, 0 Mastery weapon. When I say 0 Mastery, as in literally you do not have to have any mastery whatsoever in the game to get hold of it. Granted, I am using sacrificial mods. One of them fully ranked, one of them 1 pip below fully ranked, so not exactly a cheap build. But then you don't need this level of power before the point you can afford to get that level of power. You use priming? Well, you can use priming on a Azathain combo build or on an Azathain heavy build. Both of those are fine. Lavos here is just a built-in primer, so if I ever want to start priming for demonstration, I absolutely can. It doesn't make that much of an effect, though, because usually these guys die in a single slash tick. And the butchers obviously just die from being smashed. Usually, there's follow-through. Follow-through does definitely weaken the ability for melee weapons to really carve through the groups of enemies. Yeah. So I'm just heavy attacking here. I'm not really paying that much attention to how I'm doing it. And, I mean, it's not exactly bad at all. But just die from a gust of wind. I mean, once you get to Steel Path, you do need a little bit more than a gust of wind, but your point's right, yeah. Now, I am also using Lavos here, who is a lazy tank, which allows me to just kind of dick around. Oh, we got a Xmas Butcher. They take a little bit more to deal with. And he's dead. Now, you can see, with the kill rate I'm getting here, it's not keeping that life support fully going. Now, if the enemies were streaming in a optimal way, because this isn't exactly a perfect clustering of enemies, but it's pretty good, it still would be a little bit of an overall drain. Whereas for an S tier weapon, I would consider that on its own, no Warframe buffs whatsoever, it would still be able to maintain the life support like the laser flying can. I'll do this for the hour. I'm not going to spend an entire hour demoing a weapon. No, that would be terrible for everyone. But you can see it's not exactly bad at all as a weapon. Your lazy tank is an Aros with Nourish, that's fair. I mean, Lavos can use Nourish as well. Lavos doesn't care for the, what do you call it? The energy gain. But Lavos can still use the lazy tank and Nourish. Oh, I appear to have an Xmas wave inbound. Let's deal with that then, shall we? Hello, Mythic. Alright, yeah, this Xmas wave, I'm not as a fan of because it's not Grenier. They're going to tank a lot harder. A lot of their defense is in pure health rather than armor. So it takes a little bit long. Oh, right, they're already dead. Yeah. Unless you one shot, you don't die. I mean, that's fair enough. I feel that Lavos brings more to the table than in Aros, whilst also still being a lazy tank. The shield gating is definitely nice. But yeah, and Aros is just fine as well if you really want to be lazy about it. So we're seeing that we're getting up to, or getting down to nearly 50% life support here, so as much as I am doing what I can to hold on to it, granted we did have that Xmas wave, but as much as I'm trying to hold on to life support, it's slowly fading away from us now. It's slowly getting away from us. But this does mean that in most other missions, however, this weapon's going to be perfectly sufficient. Obviously for your highest level missions, if you're going into endurance missions, if you're doing things like your conjunction survival, if you're doing top tier boss fights, then it's not going to have quite the same level of sustain. But for just ordinary exterminate, spy missions, mobile defense missions, all that kind of stuff, I don't see an issue with this level of power. Your active tank is you ready? Fair enough. Your 80 is a very tanky Warframe, so long as you're happy to basically just use your secondary weapon. I mean, Titania players love using just their secondary weapon. In fact, they only use their exalted secondary weapon. It's even less choice than Titania. Alright, so we're about to hit the 5-minute mark, and we're getting down to about 30% life support, so it's really right down low. I'm hoping that Acolyte's going to spawn nice and quickly. We can kill that as well, and then switch over to Lationing for a second. Alright then, we got Mania. Hello, Mania. I have a big sword. It swings. What do you think about it, Mania? Mania says, yeah, that's pretty cool. Here, let me give you a reward for that one. Thank you, Mania. I really appreciate you liking my weapon. Mania approves of the weapon. There we go. Alright then. And now this is what a top tier gun is more like. Let's see if I can get my life support back up to 100%. And then we'll have a look at the other melees. Oops, that was a wasted shot. Switch, thank you. Oh, this big room is an absolute nightmare for spawns. It slows them down so much.
You are running out of time. Consider extraction.
Come on, Grenier. Start spawning reasonably. Don't trickle in one at a time. They've all gone and spawned in that big room, haven't they? Ah, spawns are such an issue on Steel Path Survival. If you don't get the right rooms, it'll just be a bit big to you. Also, I'm pretty bad at aiming.
Extraction is ready.
Come on. Come on, I was just singing the praises of the Latron. Please, can we start dropping some life supports? I'm killing quite a few enemies here. It should be dropping life supports. Why are we being so stingy? There we go. Got a couple drops.
Critical life support levels. Extraction is your best option.
I am very aware, Lotus. Actually trying to recover it. We let it get really down because of the bloody azotane demonstration. That affects it. I mean, you can plainly see, despite the life support actually being quite addictive at the moment, you can see plainly the difference in kill power. I'm about to run out entirely. Ah, that's annoying. There it goes. Alright, let's get out of here. Why not activate a tower? Because I wasn't intending to raise the life support using a tower. The whole point of testing the weapons is to test them, how effective they are, without having to rely on the towers. There, the spawns were really just... Oh my... Why did it change its mind as to where I need to go? That's annoying. There, for some reason, that was actually rather unusual. I've done that test multiple times over and it just decided, yeah, no, we're just not going to drop the life supports. That was really odd. I've not had that bad luck in a while. Oh, where the hell is this game trying to send me? Imagine waypoints working? Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Christ on a bike, that one is messing up. And surprisingly far, actually. That doorway always annoys me. What is this mission for? What do you mean, what is this mission for? I don't know if you actually understand what we're doing at the moment, Airsoft. There we are. Oh, I didn't check the kill count when we got to 5 minutes on the azotane. Yeah, point remains. We got it to around about a 30% live support there at the 5-minute mark, which is not holding up impressively well, but it's still held up, which for a Master Chief Rank 0 weapon is actually really good. Actually really, really good. So let's have a look at the others then. We got the Siam. So this one falls into the category of Nikanas, right? Yes. Alright, oh god, I forgot which one of these I said was the best one. Stance comparator. Let me just grab that. I didn't memorize it. Despite stats, decisive judgment is superior in all combos. Okay, cool. Thank you, Pasme. Appreciate it. What are we testing? So we're testing the Drifter Melees for Warframes. Exactly what it says in the title. There I was using Latron to try and bring the life support back up again because the azotane wasn't able to maintain it on itself. But yeah. Alright then, so this again has 2 V polarities baked in, which is again very nice for a unformed MR0 weapon. So let's try this one with a full combo approach. Let's go for, I'm just going to go prime pressure point. We've got a mix of function slash here. And the crit stats are substantially lower than that of the azotane. So let's compare this actually very quickly to another Nikana, Nikana Prime. Nikana Prime is faster, higher crit, lower status, much better slash department, but a much lower damage. Ooh, now that is very interesting. That is very interesting there. So the Siam is a slower, less crit favoured weapon. Less crit favourable weapon. The slash component is much worse though. Much, much worse than it is on Nikana Prime. So Nikana Prime does look like it's going to hold very well for Nikana's overall. What about compared to Skiajati? Skiajati, lower crit chance, higher crit damage, about balances out. Much, much lower base damage, but a higher slash component again. Very interesting that. Very interesting. Times a heavy attack weapon? That's an interesting claim. Okay. Well, as I said, I haven't used it in a Warframe as yet, so we'll see how it all comes out. We will see how it all comes out. I like testing weapons with a full combo approach first. Always do. So let's just grab a little bit of that. Let's go for a little bit of basic viral support without overloading it. let's grab ourselves Weeping Wounds, because that's always a good one to have. And let's grab Berserker Fury, because attack speed is fun. Just like with the combo build on the Azathain there, very easy to put together. Because the 2V polarity is very affordable too. It's always nice. Let's give it a whirl with that first, and then see where we'll take it in terms of heavy attacks as well. Okie dokie. And hopefully we get some nice spawning rooms, because that really large one is an absolute pain for enemy spawns.
Life support has been cut off.
One downside of testing is that missions vary very wildly in terms of the actual rooms you get. Let's focus the butchers, get some early kills in. There's our attack speed. Alright. Now we've all done the combo. And we don't need to worry about the rank on the weapon because that affects stealth damage, it doesn't affect normal damage. At least not once you've got the capacity to add everything in. And again, this is Steel Pack. This is a Steel Pack solo survival with a frame purely designed to just tank. I'm not using any of the frame abilities here. So it is entirely the weapon carrying it. All my carrier prime is doing is taking shots and dying eventually. How does Simon compare to Dragon Arcana or standard crit Sephiroth Arcana? I'll have to have a look at those afterwards. We're not in the arsenal right now. I'll have to grab me that question later. Curiously enough, at the moment, I'm actually maintaining that life support. How are we doing on the kills there? That's cute. We'll see how it goes. It always matters as time goes on. Yo, Reeled! Thank you for subscribing. 21 months, that is. That's a real one right there. Thank you very much for continuing support. I really gladly appreciate the channel still. Hope you're doing well as well. Now we've got the neutral combo, which is doing pretty good at chopping through the enemies here. Forward combo, is that feeling different? Not usually. Doesn't have the lift on it. That lift there is on neutral. This is the forward combo. No lift. What about a blocking combo? Oh, that's terrible. I'm not going to use that. And a forward blocking combo? Oh, it certainly beats you around a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, and that's all from the stance. That's not the weapon itself. That's just a stance finish. But reminding myself what the best vibe is there. I think just neutral combo works on a lot of weapons. It works just fine. And I'll be quite honest with you, I am not feeling any of the downsides of the split between the puncture and the slash on this weapon. This is holding up very nicely right now. We have got a very good spawn room here, so do have to take that into consideration. Why these things can't be tested with a single mission. So far, this is feeling solid. Like, this is the kind of results I'd expect from the Arcana grind. And again, MR0 weapon. I wonder if these might be just a little bit overtuned, perhaps. Are there any other requirements? I figured all you need is Pathos Clamps to get the other Drifter Melees. I may have missed a requirement there, having not actually done it myself. Just to be clear, all these were gifted to me from DE. So, is there any other requirements I'm missing when it comes to getting hold of the Drifter Melees, or do you literally just buy them with Pathos Clamps? And then build the actual blueprint itself? Plan to get BPs? Yeah. So there's no other mastery requirements, quest requirements, or anything else blocking them. It's just, hey, you got Pathos Clamps? Cool, we got melees. Yeah, enjoy. It does seem to me that that's the entire process, which, for a brand new player, they're not going to be spending the Pathos Clamps on ribbons and arcanes and steel path and Incarnate adapters. Does the wave from block heavy deactivate the first enemy hit? Or does it keep... Sorry. The wave from block heavy... Blocking heavy? Heavy attacks are heavy attacks. It's not a blocking heavy, is it? No. You get forward combo, neutral combo, blocking combo, forward blocking combo, sliding combo, heavy combo, ground finisher, front finisher, back finisher. Familiar with a blocking heavy attack. Now that life support is beginning to go down here. I don't know if I've just been not paying as much attention, or if those Xmas are beginning to slow it down, or if I was getting really lucky with the life support earlier, now less lucky. But it's not dropped a huge amount to say we're about to hit that 5-minute mark, and we dealt with an acolyte. Yep, I did remember an acolyte. I'm trying the heavy attack, so this is a normal combo build. I don't want to throw away a combo for a heavy attack, just for the hell of clicking it. There's a distinct weakness I'm feeling there against the Xmas units, so as much as we have got slash potential, we don't seem to have the same pure damage output you might get with the weaponry. The Xmas definitely held on quite well there. I see a 7-point heavies. Oh my god, okay, how many times do I have to say this is a combo build? I've equipped this weapon for 5 minutes 35 seconds now. Crikey, if I have to say it to one more person who is clearly already here, I might get a little bit frustrated with saying the same thing in the same 5 minutes. This is a combo build, you can see by the use of combo. We will get to the heavy attack builds in round about 60 seconds when I leave this mission and equip heavy attack mods and can then test that. That's how testing works, you do one bit at a time. One.
Blade. You exist to strike. You strike to win. The lesson ends.
Ah, dear. You kids and you wanting to know everything in the first 30 seconds. So heaven forbid a video not be made in 30. Hello Andrew, how you doing? Alright then. Let's throw on some heavy attack mods. So of course we'll grab ourselves stance first. Yep, none of those are a blocking heavy attack because it doesn't exist. Cool. Let's go on then with you and you. Killing blow. And use amalgam organ shatter. I think stuff like TikTok is so successful, short attention span. Yeah, and strangely enough, I have never appealed to those of a short attention span. Never attempted to. I have done long form video. I've done 3 shorts, and those shorts were exploratory at best. The things that only needed to be covered in a very short fashion. The vast majority of everything I do is very long form. Streams are even longer form. If you desire TikTok content, please go back to TikTok, or probably not TikTok actually, because TikTok kind of sucks. You know, go like YouTube Shorts or something. TikTok is a cesspool. There's no getting around it, really is. Right, actually I've already got pop that on for now. Let's see, what did I do on the Azethane? My levels build is the same one as the one from the Orbit video. So there was a change to levels since the levels video. I did link in the comments of the levels video, the Orbit video. Basically efficiency was made more effective, so we swapped out blind range, prime continuity, and Swift Bite is taking the place of Organ Reach. And this is my go-to for him. Alright, so Corrupt Charge, Berserker Fury. Let's do that. Let's do that. I was on the Sayamuna. Yeah. I'm going to assume anyone typing the words heavy attack right now is going, oh Ken, I can't wait to see how you handle this heavy attack build. Thank you for being patient with me, because I wanted to know about the heavy attack build, and I know that you're currently making it right now, so I'll just sit and let you do that. I'm assuming that's anyone using the word heavy attack is saying that, so I don't want to read the rest of the message.
Their rage is vehement, their focus impressive.
Gotta remember, guys, you may have come across stuff that I've not come across because I've been too busy testing the entire rest of the update, including trying to get hold of encountered weapons the moment they come out, because the YouTube system is very fickle that way. Alright, kill the butcher, please. Thank you. Alright, yeah, so it sends out waves of heat by the looks of it. Okay. That's cute. Is it doing a lot? It seems to be doing a lot, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I'm seeing some butchers dying. We don't count butchers dying. This is what you're getting all happy about? 900 damage? I'll say a few thousands up there, granted. I don't know if those are butchers or not, to be honest. There's a lot happening at once here. I'm gonna have to take this down to sin. Vertical one's deadlier. Oh, of course they have two different attacks. That would be even more fun for Dusty. Fair enough. Well, I am heavy attacking as quickly as this setup will allow me. Gotta say, that life support is dropping like a brick. That does not indicate to me that this is a heavy attack favoured weapon, even if it is something else. Barkies. The element's moddable? I figured it would be. Very rare for elements not to be moddable, yep. Yep, there's definitely no blocking heavy. That puts me onto the later on. What if I hold switch? Nothing special about that, it's just messing with my FOV. I need a heavy attack build. Okay, Shock, and what do you think I put onto the weapon? Just out of curiosity, like, you might have missed that in between your last message and this message. What do you think I put onto this build? Because I get what you've said there, but I wonder what you actually think has happened. Haven't tested some meme yet? I have not, no. No, unfortunately for some reason that one's not actually in my inventory, so that one's being built. This is absolutely not doing enough. Let's just clear the room a bit. Refresh the spawns and all that lot. Just in case anyone was wondering, the Latron Prime is a very effective weapon. When we're comparing to that little throw out of sparks there, this is kind of doing a bit more, isn't it? I can just kind of point in the general direction of where the enemies are and let the glowing particles handle it from there. That unfortunate situation where the enemy's now spawning 20 miles away. I'm not sure how you grab a ledge whilst firing the Latron, but you know, you do you, Lavos, you do you. Latron gun for mag. Haven't used it with mag, so I can't say for certain on that. Maybe, maybe not. Give it a whirl. Thought someone survived there. They haven't. Oops. My shift key has become very weak over here. Why always be in the place of having to replace a keyboard. Yo, Arg! Thank you very much for resubscribing. Up onto 7 months. Welcome back in, my dude. Hope you're doing well yourself. Good evening to you. Oh, hey, Malice. Bye, Malice.
Ready. Now to extraction.
Hey, who stole my gun? Where is it? Everywhere. Give gun. Thank you. Goodbye, everything. Yeah, the mug shows a number of months all the way up to a year. Once you get to a year, you're on the full pot. It counts you all the way up to that level as a board. Yeah, there's really no contest here, but I mean, you'd expect later in Incarnate or an Incarnate weapon to be far superior to a Master Rank 0 weapon. I mean, that's what you'd expect. This isn't shitting on the Siam. It's more just recovering from it. What am I going to wear for my birthday? A stream on it? What makes you think I'm thinking about my birthday right now? My birthday is a long way away. Probably a look of sheer depression of realising I turned 30 or something like that. I don't know. Is that what you expected to hear? Oh, your birthday! Sorry, I do apologise. I misread that trying to read so quickly in the middle of this. Such a weird question out of nowhere. What am I going to wear for your birthday? I don't care about it, Esprit. I mean, you wouldn't expect any other answer? Mr. Regular coming out with the odd questions and all the sarky comments all the time. Did you really expect anything different? Just to be clear to anyone who doesn't know, Esprit is definitely a regular around here. Esprit has stabbed me in the back multiple times. Somewhat literally on Among Us. Hey, you've earned this. And continue to earn it on the regular. Oh no, I do care about your experience. I don't care about your birthday. You never even tell me what it is, so don't drop things on people. I don't take kindly to that. And you know that. I know you know that. Right. I'm mostly just waiting for the what's it? Next acolyte to spawn. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are on about with the heavy attacks. That is not where it's at with this weapon. Christ on a bike, these are nowhere near as powerful. An animation does not a good weapon make. Well, it's not what we're talking in practical purposes. Is that on Origin? Well, I don't play on Origin. I play from the Warframe launcher directly. So, I mean, if you're using EA Origin to hack your account, Esprit, then sure, go ahead. Oh, there's so many Saki people today. Is it full moon or something?
Is ready.
Oh yeah, this is not getting a kill rate at all whatsoever. Siam is definitely not maintaining with a heavy attack build. You guys were absolutely going on about nothing, which is why I'm going to mostly ignore your suggestions going forward. Every single one of you mentioned a heavy attack for the Siam. Can sit back, relax, and learn from someone who's actually testing it, and not just go, ooh, pretty colours. Because that's terrible. In comparison to what the Siam was doing there with the combo build, that was terrible. Which kind of makes sense. Like, the Incarnates aren't exactly known for the heavy attacks. But not.
What you have learned here.
How's it going? It's going. It's going. We only managed to get up, what, 2 levels? 3, 4 levels on that? Not many levels. Granted, I ended up switching over to the Latron, because the life support would have run out otherwise. Aside from just grabbing towers, but still. Yeah, I was using the melee for most of that, and it only got, well, about half of that, and it got 193 kills. Yeah, I know. Not a heavy attack weapon. It has a heavy attack feature. Okay, cool, but the Cinder has a secondary fire feature as well, and I wonder how many people are actively using that to kill things. Can we compare it to the Dragon Arcana and Stepfather Arcana? Yeah, let's have a look at those. So, Dragon Arcana, do I have you? Yes, I do. Wonderful. Dragon Arcana, same crit chance, same attack speed, same crit multiplier, lower status, lower damage, much higher slash component. But as we saw, the slash component wasn't too much of a problem with a minimal viral hybrid build. So yeah, I would say that the Siam is probably going to outperform the Dragon Arcana in almost all circumstances. Just look at the stats there. I don't see how the Dragon Arcana could keep up unless there's some weird feature to it that I've forgotten. And then the Sepfarn. This one. My Sepfarn has gone for full crit. Obviously you could do various things when it comes to Zors, but I've gone for a full crit one, which means it has much lower status. Again, the slash component is a higher proportion, but the overall damage is lower. Crit chance is well up. Crit multiplier is flat. Attack speed is up here for my Sepfarn. And then Zors can, of course, have their Arcane as well, which can allow them to do even more. Certainly if you go for, Exotic Contagion, that's just ridiculously powerful. Sorry, Pretty Queen, have I not been entertaining enough? That's a shame. Yep, that was a tough one to call. I mean, status makes a hell of a lot of difference, but obviously you can get huge amounts of status anyway. I forget, what are those 4 slashes on the Sans here? It's Decisive Judgment, wasn't it? Yeah, Decisive Judgment. Let me check. Decisive, how do you spell that? Judgment. Let's just have a quick look here. Warning flashbang in 3, 2, 1. Flashbang. Alright, so neutral combo. I could feel the difference there. Yeah, it's definitely a much better one. Neutral combo has got a 4 slash on the 3rd attack, but it's not for a huge amount overall. No other 4 slashes on normal moves. Heavy attack there has 4 slash on it, but it's just wasn't doing anything near what we needed it to. Yeah. Wasn't even close. Okie dokie then. So yeah, Siam definitely feeling much more along the lines of a combo weapon rather than a heavy attack. As much as it's got a heavy attack feature, definitely much more that way. Let's switch over to no modding whatsoever for a moment. Take that down to Simulacrum. Just see exactly what's going on with that ranged attack on the heavy. See if we can get a better idea what's going on there.
You have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
You're very welcome, Ladybug. Glad you're enjoying Contagion. Esprit, I'm going to believe harder in the timeout button. How do you feel about that one, my dude? This is why I don't care about your birthday. Alright. So, from here, at a distance, unmodded, 500. Okay. And 1500. 500, 1500. 5, 15. Okie dokie, that's pretty consistent. That is pretty consistent. You boost Siam heavy damage by using gas damage. How would gas damage make it better other than gas procs being great if you group up enemies, at which point anything grouped up works? What's great about gas damage that makes you think it's so much better on it? Because compared to heavy attacking with heavy attack weapons, which actually kill enemies. Is this going to have a difference? Oh, need to turn off the stealth multiplier. There we go. Did that just say 31,000? Hold up, it looked like that said 31,000 for a second there. 1,500, 3,000, 1,000, 3,000, 1,000, 3,000, 1,000. Don't want to get too close because I'll be hitting with the actual sword. 1,000, 3,000. What the heck? And it might have been. Let me think. If I'm getting 3,000 on the second swing, 32,000. Eh? Well, I've run out of overguard, so let's spawn in a new one. It's probably a headshot. It's just, how is it randomly headshotting? I'm doing much the same attack. Okay, so about 3,000 there, and that is with a yellow crit. So orange crit brings it up to 4,500. A headshot will bring that up to... we'll double the crit multiplier first of all, so instead we'll be bringing that up to 7,500. And then triple that would be expecting 22,500. Right? Hold on. No, something's not adding up there. So 3,000 is a yellow crit. That much is clear. And the yellow crit is double damage. It's double damage. We got a 2x crit multiplier, so that's why it's going up to 3,000. 2x multiplier becomes a 4x multiplier when it's a headshot. So instead of going to 3,000, it should be going to 6,000. That's plus 4,500. 4,500 twice, plus the base 1,500. And then multiply by 3. No, yeah, 31,500. So we're looking at about 31,500 roughly. Don't know why we... 32 must have been when we cracked through the overguard. Yeah, let me try and hit that headshot again. I mean, how does one aim for a headshot with magical daggers that... Magical sparks even. They're not even daggers, just sparks on the ground. How does one headshot with sparks? Top 10 questions science can't answer. Is it compounding? I mean, I'm just swinging away here and it's not changing anything at all. It fits the math for a headshot. It's just where the hell is that headshot coming from and how? Because I'm aiming and it ain't happening. Oh, there we are, an 18,000. How high was that? Surely I don't have to aim that high. No, it seems to be random. Not gonna lie, it seems to be random. I don't seem to have any control over this. This guy's barely moving at all between attacks. That's the whole point of having an overguarded enemy, is that they don't get knocked around, they don't flail around, they don't care about anything crowd control, and we got no damage type modifiers on overguard. That's why I'm testing it against that, and yeah, that headshot is inconsistent as all hell. Curious. Alright, so we know that this is affected by crit. So we're getting 1,000 or 1,500 on the first attack, and then 3,000 or 4,500 on the second. Kill that one, get a new one. So I broke the first one. What happens if we slap on some damage bonus? Does it affect it? Turn off the stealth multiplier so that doesn't break the test. Yep, that's a perfect demonstration right there. 265. So that does do it. The enemy has the highest overguard. Isn't overguard based on level of enemy? So I think it should be any of them. Pretty sure it's based on the level of the enemy. Aiming doesn't seem to be affected. Can you stand on the platform, the same platform as them? Let me see. I need to spawn a whole bunch in. Get one at the back there. If I go. There we go. That little trick just gets one to spawn a little bit further back. Yeah, that wasn't headshotting either. Not a headshot. And now I'm in melee range. Oops, I burnt through all of their overguard. I need a new one. And this one ends up further forwards, whatever. How about from this angle? Not a headshot. Really tough to do from this angle. Not a headshot. If the headshots are that awkward to get, they're not reliable. Like, I'm sure there's someone out there who'll be like, but Ken, I can do this where I go, yeah, I'm gonna be all the way over here and then hold weapon out and slide it, yeah. That didn't even send out things, did it? Ha, can't even do that. Well, that was a headshot. I managed to do a spinning heavy attack, Levi Ackerman style. That's about it. Stream shouldn't bug out today. Let's see, actually, anything on the warning indicators for the stream today? No, perfect, 0. Not a single frame drop so far, apparently. No, I've said it. So yeah, that's a very inconsistent heavy attack. The damage is consistent, except the headshot is inconsistent. We're just not going to bank on the headshots happening. If you get a headshot, hey, look at you, you kill an enemy like 6 times faster than you intended. That's about it. You can't bank on anything else happening. Okie dokie. So if we put that onto the full heavy attack strike there, excuse me. Get rid of them, spawn in a fresh one. Hello there, friend. Try not to die. I mean, it does damage. It does a considerable amount of damage, don't get me wrong there. It's just, it's taken a while for that damage to actually be enough to matter. My headshots are wonk. They are kind of wonk. Only kind of, because like, for example, if we grab the Cyber I did cover very recently. Go for the combo build on it. The Cyber and all hammers, you got this smackman attack. Look at that, 27k, 35k. Boom. A very consistent set of. Oh, that was 200,000. That's going to smack you up a bit. He's lost his ability to not die. There it is. Now, a Cyberian can pack a punch or two. It's still a Cyber, but hammers have that downward strike on the what do you call it stance? The Crushing Ruin stance. So that allows you to get a very consistent headshot if they aren't flading around or on the floor dying. It's very good for taking them out. If I bring in a whole bunch of these boys, they have no idea what's coming for them. Back. That should give us some attack speed. There we go, that feels a bit better now. You can see why I say that the neutral combo on this one is pretty effective, and you can get those headshots. Smack. Smack. Oh, did I just one-shot him? Yeah, I did. Okay. Those are plenty achievable headshots there. In fact, it says I have now 3 headshot kills. A lot of them were status deaths as well. So melee headshots are definitely janky, but some weapons are more effective for it than others. Ones which actually aim for the head. The Siam projectiles are not aiming for the head. They seem to randomly hit, which is very odd. Very, very odd. Oh, I think we're on the combo build or whatever. Yeah. I wouldn't rate that too highly overall. Versus just, you know, good old combo approach. I was going to be someone in the morning after swinging that ice around. S3 to Warframe. But don't get sore. When's a weekly reset for us, guys? Same as for you. Everyone gets it at the same time. Alrighty then. Yeah, Siam doesn't seem to be in an amazing spot overall there, but we are comparing to top tier weaponry, so it's again it's meant to be Mastery 0. Let me see. Heavy attack standard for the weapon type is 500%, 500%. It's interesting that the blades are doing triple on the second set of sparks. That is curious. Let's grab just our Xmas test dummy again. If I come in real close to you, do we get a second hit from sparks? Oh, I can barely tell. The damage numbers just flick off screen. Why do the damage numbers flick off screen? What use is that to anyone? Ugh. All we need is right here on the side of the screen, a testing interface. Just damage hits would be great. Instead it... Whee! Bye! Yeah, you didn't want to see... Oh, we can see that one. Oh, thank you, game. How about the next one? Nope, that one's gone. Not allowed to do that one. Is Raffle on today? Raffle should be on today, yeah. Why? It looks like it genuinely comes off to the side in some direction and just gets hit by the sword. Am I physically smacking it away? That one worked. Oh, nope, that one goes off into the sky. That one just left. And that one vanished in front of me. Like, this is not the most convenient way of seeing what I'm hitting. Even if I increase the UI size, it's not about the size of the text on this one. It's straight at just leaving my view too quick. Okay, but I don't see a second hit. Does this not have then? Let's see. Hold on. 8K, 8K. Does this not have the normal heavy attack built in then? Is it just the spark wave? It looks like it might be just the spark wave. Curious. So it's a complete override. It's not an addition to. Because, yeah, we're getting absolutely no slash procs whatsoever. Well, that is terrible. Sorry, any of you who are recommending the heavy attack here, any of you saying, oh, yeah, it's all about a heavy attack weapon, heavy attack, heavy attack, heavy attack. What are you on about? Nope, I'm doing that incorrectly. And I missed you. Yeah, there we get our slash proc. I'm much happier with a force slash proc than I am with a chance of a heat proc. Yikes. Yeah, you get a... it's not even that fancy of an attack. It's literally just some sparks on the ground. Which, I gotta say, as far as fancy custom animations go, that's not exactly top tier either. So to say that it's mildly fancy and also detrimental to fighting pretty much anything, that's a problem. Because like, if I slap on a toxin mod there, I slap on Fever Strike. Is that going to turn it into gas? It turns it into gas. which makes it then also inappropriate for the corpus. Is wave damage affected by follow-through? Good question, Lavender Corpse. That is a good question. Asking the smart one right there. Let's have a look. Let's grab a whole bunch of Xmas. Let's kill this one. We don't need him anymore. Let's see then. Oh god, that was near impossible to tell. 1989, 1989, 1326, 1326, 1989. No follow through on that. No. If there was follow through, we wouldn't see so many of them take. Wait, no, actually. Oh, we know that could have been damage from the procs from spread from a single one. Never mind. Test inconclusive. Let's switch off gas. Gas was not helping me there. Test inconclusive. That looked like all the same damage, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's the same damage. No fall off. Okay, I'm happy to say that now. No fall off. No fall off on that one. So it's a crowd dealer, but it's much weaker overall in terms of the damage output seems to be poor. The effective area seems to be poor. I ain't feeling too good about that one. Let's drop these mods. Let's grab the Decisive Judgment, because, you know, good stance is a good stance. Let's kill off all the excess that we don't need there. We just want a single one of these. Okay. So, single swing. 1013 with a slash. Dippy Dingle Duck. Gotta say, I've seen some more, intelligent resubscription messages, but okay, all the same, thank you very much for resubscribing with your Prime there at 2 months. Got yourself up onto that lovely bronze badge. Cheers on that. Appreciate it. Inspiring words? Yeah, that's one way of referring to it, Grabbed, yeah. Some inspiring words from Dippy Dingle Duck. Certainly befitting the name. Right, so if I do this attack, it's 500, and follow up, it's 1500, but if I slash, I get a variety, apparently. 506, 506. That must be a crit then. Yeah, that was a crit, wasn't it? 253. I don't know what the 253 is. Am I just... Oh, it's because I was holding step. And so it does the forward combo. So forward combo is 100%. Neutral combo is 200% on first strike. That's what that was. Okay, cool. So many modifiers to take into account at once in this game. God damn. God damn. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's as far as things go then. You lose the power and the heavy attack. I will say that heavy attack is just weaker for armored units. If you're in the lower tier of the game, then it's going to be more effective. If you're in a higher tier of the game, it's going to be less effective. Great for a 0 mastery weapon then. In fact, let's take it as is. I'm going to take off Decisive Judgment because how many new players have that? Let's grab Pressure Point. And what's a new player? A new player might just have Pressure Point. Let's just go with that for the moment. We don't need to figure out anything else. Let's just see how effective this is against Elite Lancer. And let's go for just level 25, which I think is the kind of thing you can encounter in the early waves on Lean Saturn.
You have excellent
Okay.
taste.
Never have I been so inspired. I feel like I can take on the world's worst problems now. Thank you, Dingle Duck.
You gave the bot a lisp! Why would... Okay. Sure, yeah. Oh dear, 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 dear. Right, well that's a thing. Esprit, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Wow. That's interesting. As is that. That's, okay, let's spawn in 20 of these guys. Let's spawn in 20 of these guys. See how we get in a group scenario. Can I aim down the middle of them? Will it miss or hit them all? Okay, there we are. So yeah, for new players, this is definitely a weapon to pay attention to. Like, okay, the second attack is literally vertical, so it will miss. Gotta bear that in mind, but there we go. Does combo affect the damage of the wave if I tested that? Good question. Lambda Corps, you can have all the good questions. I appreciate you. Let's bring in just the one of them then. So on the one of them we get a heavy attack damage of 742, no crit. Excellent. So now let's charge it, because that will give us a combo multiplier bonus. One, 4, 8, 4, no crit. Yep. The damaging wave does indeed benefit from the heavy attack bonus. Very good question, Echo, Lambda Corps. And yes, it does. Okie dokie. I think I am satisfied to sum up this I am there then. It is a Nikana. Despite the lower slash stats, it's still very good in combo mode. It is not a competitor to Nikana Prime. Nikana Prime is still just very, very good. But it does seem to outpace things like the Dragon Nikana. Even, yeah, Skiajati. Yeah, Skiajati it'll outpace. Because the Skiajati is slightly faster, but it's much lower damage. Lower crit chance, comparable crit multiplier, lower status chance, despite the higher slash component. Yo, Alien79, thank you for resubscribing with your Prime. We're gonna drop on to your silver mug right now. Cheers on that. Oh, appreciate it. Has it fair to Skana Prime? Skana's a sword in it. Yeah. Skana's a sword, so you shouldn't be comparing them. Not so directly. Let's see, what else we got in terms of normal Nikanas? So we got Nikana itself, which in fact, if we compare Siam to Nikana there, because what level can you get Nikana? Normal Nikana is available at Mastery 4. Interesting. We'll try to drop Twitch Prime. I don't actually have Twitch Prime. Is Twitch Prime offering a relic pack or something else? How do you get new weapons and characters? A variety of places, all over the place, Ernest. By characters, I guess you mean by Warframes, and again, all over the place. In terms of Warframes, actually, Ernest, what you can do is you can check out over on YouTube my video, which frame takes the longest to farm in 2023. I think if you do ! longest farm here in the chat, that should link it for you as well. And there I go over how long, literally, the rating I can give them for how long it takes to get each Warframe, considering how much progression you need to even get there, how long the farm takes, and then the material grind on top as well. So just plus any additional time gates. There we are, Moon's linked it for you. So you can get them in various different ways, from boss fights, from reward shops, from bounties. That video goes into detail and gives you an idea not just where you get them, but also how long it's going to take you. As for the weapons, variety of places. Your starting point is going to be to go to the Warframe market in-game. You know, when you come into your orbiter, you got on the right-hand side, you've got the market console. It's not just for Platinum. If you click through to an item, you'll also see that most of them have blueprints, and that allows you to build the item rather than just buy it for real money. Yeah. They were saying, approaching Siam as an early game weapon makes the underwhelming heavy attack feel less horrible. Yeah. For earlier levels, it's going to cleave through stuff, it just doesn't maintain. But then for earlier levels, lots of stuff cleaves through. It's just, at what point does it stop cleaving through is kind of the question. So what I want to do there is actually take this, just this, onto normal mode. Right the way up to Sedna. Let's see how it feels on Sedna, because at Sedna a lot of people are feeling that their gear has fallen off. They go, oh, what do I do? What do I do? It's like, just put some mods on, goddammit. Stop using a nearly unmodded weapon. So let's take a nearly unmodded weapon, ignore that advice, and see what happens. Esprit, as a tier 2 sub, you know what you get? You get the fact that I put up with your shenanigans. As much as I tell you I don't care for your birthday, I still put up with your shenanigans, so you're welcome. Alright, so that was pretty good. This trooper's been like surviving, but you know. I don't know what it is about the troopers. They're holding on. The troopers are resistance? Or was that one just not getting crit? Did that? It felt like some of those attacks just went straight through. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I got stealth attack bonus. That's what it was. Of course. Because if they don't know you're there, you deal more damage. Now they do know I'm here, they're doing substantially less damage. I mean, it's killing. Like, this is basic star chart. But a new player should have more than just, well, not new player. A player challenging Sedna should have a lot more than just pressure point on their weapon. Is Shell Shock only on Eris? I don't remember Shell Shock off the top of my head. Is that a 60-60 electric mod? If so, probably. If not, just Barrow. Barrow brings all the 60-60 mods, but occasionally. And not very quick at handing them out. Yeah, so if it's one you can get on Eris, Barrow also brings it. But those will be your sources, yeah. The 60-60 electrics could be a pain to get hold of. Luckily, they're not necessary. I say, it seems like there's a sweet spot where you hit both the wave and the sword. I don't think there is a sweet spot there because we tested and there is only the wave. We literally tested it moments ago in the simulacrum, Ray. There is only the wave. The sword swing isn't hitting. It doesn't exist. Get rid of that thing that's messing with my radar. Did that just... Look, I know it can hit from that distance. But yeah, even further away. That was weird. I have a question about Nightwave. How long it takes missions to change? It says so, actually. When you open up your Nightwave, it says that the missions rotate every week. So you'll see the timer on it. So yeah, every week there's new missions. If you haven't done any weekly missions, they will come back around if you complete all the weekly missions for the next week. Daily missions rotate every 3 days, or at least a new one is created every day, and it lasts for 3 days, so effectively every 3 days. They don't ever come back. Okay, so this is a good test against the Xmas unit, which loves to keep spawning those bubbles on me. Yeah, with just pressure point. Took a while to kill it. But that's kind of what we'd expect, isn't it? Alright, I'm not going to complete this mission. I have no intention of doing so. That was enough to see that the weapon is certainly handling there. Yeah, if we were to compare that to a Mastery Rank 0 weapon with just plus 90 damage, normally it would... well, actually, can I do exactly that? Do I have a Mastery Rank 0 weapon? I think Brat is 0. 0 or near enough 0. Let's take it with... Let's see, plus 90 damage. Perfect. It's almost as if I've done this kind of test before now. Oh wait, that's plus 20. Never mind. We'll give it a little bit more then. Plus 135, that's fair. Let's compare. Noob weapon versus new noob weapon. How does this handle? Seems your dreams of Nitane Extra will have to wait. Well, there's going to be new weekly missions tomorrow, because it's a new week tomorrow. You'll be able to do it then. You'll be fine.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave
right.
no one standing.
Ugh. Good God, that was, You just steal my... Bro, I only killed one guy with that gun. I've seen all I need to see on that one. Yep, I've seen everything I need to see there. That was painful. Yeah, don't farm Mid-Tane. Please, don't farm Mid-Tane. You'll hate the game. I got something in my eye. That damn gravelly whatever's doodads. Ah. You guess players just unlocked said they will also have some basic mods for critical attack speed. Yeah. I think that with both Siam and Bratton there, it's just this is to see how well does it actually handle prior to that. Like, because if it's doing that much damage on Sedna without having obtained any particular mods, then that's pretty damn good. Let me grab... Do I have much in the way of low mastery weapons? Can I sort by mastery? I cannot. That's stupid. Let's see here. What would be a good low... Heat dagger. Heat dagger is pretty low. Just to round it off, maybe as a melee thing, let's do some heavy attacks with the heat dagger. Just to kind of wrap up that vibe there, see how the Siam is comparing against a different melee of comparable level.
There is a large platoon of Green Marines stationed here.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's actually doing a lot more than I expected, to be quite honest. That is doing a hell of a lot more than I was expecting. Guns really suck at the start, don't they? Like, guns really suck at the start. Granted, these are heavy attack melees, but still. If I do the combo fighting, yeah, it just kind of gets up there, no reload needed. Stabby, 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 stabby. Guns really suck at the start. This is a bloody heat dagger. Fair enough. Alright. Maybe Siam isn't quite so aggressively effective, it's just the melees. Melee's just effective. That's fine. It's been a long time since I've been a new player. There's reason you pretty much melee only until you got lens. I mean, that's valid. That is absolutely valid. What focus did I just gain there anyway? I saw one of them was at nearly a million. Which one's nearly at a million? Ah, Madurai! Very, very nice. Very nice. I'll soon be able to grab myself another thing from here. Alright, I'm getting a lot of Madurai focus. It's Naramon that's got just the last one to finish on it. Ooh, so close. Anyway. Your weapon slots are full. What do you do now? Hermes, you can do one of two things. Either you can go into your equipment, you go into your inventory, you find whichever weapon you are not going to keep, and you find a weapon. You click it and you hit sell item. So you can do that to get a weapon slot back. Or you go here, weapon slot, and you pick up 2 weapon slots for 12 platinum. This is the biggest part of how you'll need to spend platinum in Warframe. And you can trade for platinum. 12 platinum is really not that much to trade for. Really not. From other players. But both weapon slots and Warframe slots, those are going to be your biggest single platinum early game. Absolutely. How do you unlock abilities in focus trees after completing the second dream quest? After that, you need to check out my guides on how to farm focus, because that is what unlocks focus trees. Focus. But yeah, you'll need to do the, what do you call it? One within quest, as Ray says there. Continue down that line, and you'll expand into your next options. You think you might also need to do... What's it called? Sire's Vigil? Yeah, I think you need to do the Sire's Vigil quest as well as the War Within. To give you full access to the bits and pieces along that line. Yeah. And what speedrunning? Oh, you don't need to speedrun through things. You're fine. Take it one bit at a time. Didn't you notice how I just used a basic dagger there to carve through the top end of the star chart? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Zom, did you try typing that sentence by throwing grapes at your keyboard? I do got to grab my Zekond. I Kafnon Iapon. What? Like, did you type that sentence by just reaching into a Scrabble bag and typing whatever you found? Pretty sure I've seen a more coherent sentence from someone who was blackout drunk on Reddit. I'm on Mpipabobo and can't see very well. My eyes are blurry. Fair enough, Sam. Fair enough. Can you buy a vowel? For 1 month subscription to the Kenjir, you can get yourself a vowel. Is it bad that you can understand what was trying to be said? No, it's not bad. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. If anything, if you couldn't understand what someone was trying to say there, then it would be a bad thing. That would show an inability to comprehend words in the English language. Unless you're dyslexic, in which case, you know, you get a pass. Right. Let's move on to the next of the Drifter melees. I'm pretty satisfied with what I've seen with the Siam and how I feel that it places itself. Certainly more for a newer player, but it can still hold up. I mean, I'd say for a new player, the combo approach was actually holding up perfectly well.
You have excellent taste.
IWLDLKT by my VWLPLS.
Yeah, no, the bot was having absolutely none of that, was it? The bot was absolutely not handling that one properly. Sorry, Esprit, you're not allowed a vowel. You can have the pseudo vowel of Y. It sometimes acts like a vowel, so you're allowed to use that one. Or you can have the weird beyond letters that Crowned Ladybug seems to like to use. I don't know how I pronounce O with a quiff, but you can have O with a quiff. Hey, Esprit! Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Hold up. That is far too many vowels. I'm going to have to time you out for that, Esprit. I told you just then you weren't allowed to have other vowels. You were timed out now, buddy. Come back in 10 seconds when you've learned your lesson. I know, Ladybug. I know. I appreciate it. Hello, Freddy Queen. Hope you're not bored now. Crafter's got an A with a stanky leg. So there we are. Well, we got some really weird letters out there. O with a quiff and A with a stanky leg. How do you even keep up with that? Okay, I've got to say, Esprit, I've lost track of what you're actually saying there now. My bad. Something left own eye? No, I'm not sure. New vowel just dropped. I with eyes. That's just redundant. Yeah. Right. I honestly want to give the Siam combo run another... Well, run. Combo build another run. Let me just give that another while. But this time I'm going to buff it. Let's see how it handles with a little bit more spice. Let me just grab the Latrum back just as a backup in case things go wrong. Isn't Condition Overload better than Prime Pressure Point? You can get more damage out of Condition Overload. I'm just not a huge fan of the mod. But you can, yes, absolutely. Why am I going there? That's not where I want to go. No! Cancel. Why did I... Defaulting to testing in the simulacrum. I want to go to mission. Nishon. Test mission. Standard test. There we are. Whilst he's abducting me, he's using his weird Cephalon powers to trick the Tenno.
The art of combat must be practiced.
Alright, let's do a couple laps.
Truly master
Just because I want my battery.
of war.
Gotta have a warm up before you get into a mission, you know? Don't go too crazy. Alright then.
They have just
Activate
shut
buff
down
number
all
1.
systems. I'm
Activate
sending
buff number
life
2.
support
Buff number
capsules
3 will wait for me to take a little bit of damage. Buff number 3. And what we got here is a combination of attack speed buffs from Gauss being Gauss, on top of having the raw buff that we've got subsumed on for faction damage, which will double improve the slash box, which we rely on skill to win. I wouldn't say that the Defuri melee is terrible slash weighting. Terrible slash weighting is what the side there has. This is not terrible slash weighting. Like, as far as slash goes, certainly for an MR0 weapon, this is actually perfectly fine. Yeah, it's not pure slash, but it's still doing a damn good job of it. I'm not upset with it. But remember, this is a Master Rank 0 weapon. A new player can start Warframe today and have this weapon. Like, sure, depending on how you define today, it might take them a little bit to get there. But they could have this before any other time gates come in. The only time gate being having to actually build it. So, within 24 hours, a new player could have this weapon. That's actually pretty good. Dashes up, people with a red line, the long range attackers here. Tempted to burn me, it did not work. Gauss. He did his very best, it just wasn't enough. Unsharpened Nikana? That's the way to put it. Yeah, cryotic farming has definitely been a thing in the past. At least now, with the circuit, cryotic farming is nowhere near as rough, because you will just get it anyway. That was a big part of cryotic, is that you only got it from excavation missions, and there wasn't really a lot of reason to go to excavation missions unless you liked them. Otherwise, you went there just to get cryotic, which made it a pain. Never nice to have to explicitly farm certain resources. People complain about void traces, people complain about argon crystals, people complain about tellurium, people complain about, what do you call them? Oh, I lost it. Holokeys, there it is. Corrupted holokeys. Anything where you have to explicitly farm it, where it doesn't turn up through ordinary gameplay, you really feel it. So, cryotic is going to be less of a you really feel it resource now. Certainly for newer players who will just have the circuit as a matter of course. Yeah, it's going to be a thing. Yeah, affinity, focus for focus schools, you'll get that more passively through the circuit since it's unlocked to you. So that's definitely a thing. Oxygen's the only problem. Oxygen's not the only problem. There's plenty of problems with it. Yeah. Oxygen is definitely one people do tending to farm a bit harder. Especially if you don't really focus on actually killing the things which give you oxygen. It's a mistake a lot of people do. They let them blow up and they're like, oh yeah, they blew up, it's fine. That life support is running out. Yes, even with Gauss buffs here, this is not holding up. Even with the Gauss buffs, not really holding up there. And now, because I've had to go over to these, all the enemies are 20 bloody miles away. And that just ruins everything. Look at this. Look at this. Get your asses over here. Hello, Angst. you got a moment, I want to see if I can shove a Nikana up your ass. I'm going to judge by the fact you're still here and you consent to this, so here, have the Nikana up your ass. Oh, that hurt a bit. There we are. Nikana shoved. For an MR0 weapon, it did work.
Extraction is available if you need it.
MR0 weapon versus Acolyte. That's power creep. It's just not truly top tier, no. High mid. High mid tier. There we go. Melee weapon versus Acolyte. MR0 melee weapon versus Acolyte. Don't know if you'll get the same results on the heat dagger from that. Maybe priming doing a bit better. Yeah, you could go down a priming route there. I just find priming takes me out of just swinging the attacks, to be quite honest. But yeah, priming could work. Can he run that fast? That's Gauss. Gauss has the ability to run fast. Literally, his first ability is run fast. I mean, look at this guy. Look at him. Does this look like the kind of Warframe that jogs anywhere? He is the run fast guy. And also does a flip. That's the thing. Maybe any idea for a Silver Nagus Prime build? Yeah, slap on the mods for your standard combo setup. Job done. Alright, Siam, let's pop you to the side. Let's look at the samples. Now, is it samples or sampletes? Samples, sampletes, sampletes. Like, do I pronounce this like Heracles, sampletes? Sampletes nuts? No, that's no. I'm gonna have to check the wiki on this one to see if it's a reference to something, because I don't know all of human history. So, is it a reference to some living or dead individual? Trivia is empty on this one. Okay, no one on the wiki knows. That's cool. Sampletes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Sampletes. Alright. Alright, let's do this. So, we're under the hammer category, so we already know how this is going to go. As a hammer, yep, mostly impact. Great. Crit stats are looking pretty nice. Pretty nice. Alright, let's have a quick compare to other hammers then. Quick comparison to other hammers. Kuva Shield Egg coming in with a smidge more crit chance, but lower crit damage, lower status by, again, a smidge. So very comparable there. Kuva Shield Egg is faster. Kuva Shield Egg has a lower base damage, but then we can get up to 60% on the bonus damage. Excuse me. And that 60% will bring you up to around about 326, I want to say. 328? No, 328, yeah. Something like that. So the base damage will be significantly higher on a properly boosted Shield Egg, but a lower one, maybe not. There's not a lot in that crit multiplier, but 10%, well, you'll begin to feel it. The range is higher on the Kuva Shield Egg. Slam radius no one cares about. It's the thing. And heavy attack is slightly faster on the Shield Egg. Fair enough. Don't know why I closed that hammer. I wanted that open. But yeah, most hammers are probably going to be below this then. So, Cyanoid Heliocore is right the way up on the status. Higher base damage, higher attack speed, interesting, but the crit stats are just terrible in comparison. Fragor Prime kind of smacks it out of the water. It loses the status, but it's got damage, it's got crit chance. The crit damage comes down though, and the attack speed comes down. Okay, actually, never mind. There's stuff going on there. Sancti Magister, faster, higher range, marginally lower damage, but a much lower crit multiplier. And lower status. Volnus Prime switches more status, but it loses a heck of a lot of crit power to do that. The attack speed goes up, the damage goes up, so that's interesting. So it's More damage focus rather than crit focus, more range, more follow through. Oh. Bonus is more follow through, I forgot about that. Okay. Slam attack radius does matter here. And I assume you're going to tell me why? Not just leave me hanging on the, oh, well, slam attack radius matters for some reason. Are you talking about the slams which are built into the combo? Are you talking about some special attack on the heavy slams we need to talk about? Extended area of effect, it's just... Okay, they can have an extended area of effect, doesn't make them good. Slam radial damage is pathetic. AoE from heavy slam. Heavy slams have AoE already. That's nothing new. If you're going to make a point, you need to make a point. Come on, guys. Oh, this is why I usually test off stream. Because you don't make points. You're going to make a point, make a point. Don't say half the point. It makes you look silly when you only make half a point. Alright, I'm going to stop asking and I'm just going to go down to the simulacrum and you guys can just watch. And I mean, it's also what stream's there for, right? I will just test things like I always test them and assume that you guys will, maybe someone out there, maybe someone can actually throw something useful into the ring. Does every interview really have 2V polarities? Of the ones we've seen so far, 3 out of 4, yeah? Let me check the 4th one I can. Obviously won't be double checks on the moon right now. Eden... No, not every Jivaru melee has 2V polarities. Unfortunately, the Eden is not coming with 2. This one comes with 3. Yeah, that... Wow, okay. So best or last there, sure, why not? Voltex, hello, if I have 2 imprints of Smeeta with pointy face... With pointy face? Okay. Is there a chance I'll get Abomination with flat face? I would say no, but if it's not 2 imprints of the same Kavat, I don't know. If it's 2 separate Kavat imprints, genetics might do weird stuff, because it's not something I've really looked into in this game. So, maybe. Oh, that's so slow. I'm definitely going to have to wind that up. Okay. Alright, so that's just a heavy attack. Oh, okay, so we got that. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Just... Okay. Level 25. I am at a distance from you. How do you survive this? Oh, I need to be at less of a distance from you. Alright, cool. This is not 0 damage, like the Cinta. Eximus. Eh? Oh wait, level 25. I forgot to switch level. I was going to say, how the fuck did that work? Let's try that again, shall we? This time with the testing level. That is a lot of hits. Is it meant to do that many hits? That looks like a lot of hits. Why is it doing so many hits? That's silly. Okay, let's put some mods on. Why should it not do that many hits? It just seems very weird. It just seems very, very weird. Alright, let's pressure, steel. Oops, I can spell. Killing blow. Corrupt charge. Amalgam, organ shatter. Berserker fury, all the usuals. And I've forgotten what I also put on. Is it Gladiator Might? I can put that on. Was it that? Damaged. Damage, crit chance, crit damage twice. Attack speed, initial combat. Yeah, we'll just go with it. Wait, that was not the improvement I was hoping for. Hold on. If I just go with Corrupt Charge. Oh, that didn't reach. It's just Corrupt Charge. Well, that's a scaling issue. Fun seismic wave, yeah. If that's all that's going to help us out here, I don't even have a modded size ranked up seismic wave because it's such a bad mod. Hurrah! Well, at least that works on it. But that means we haven't got damage scaling. Straight up no damage scaling there. Is it even crit scaling? No, it wasn't critting at all, was it? The yellow before anyone else is because the enemy is pacified. It's not a crit. Try an element? Yeah, let's try an element. If it heat scales, we'll clearly see that one. Nope. No change in the damage there. Okay. Well, that's not too great. That is not too great, is it? Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to just do a bloody normal heavy attack. So there we are. So yeah, 2480, it's taking the slam radial damage, it's multiplying it by the combo by the looks of it. And then otherwise, no one gives a damn at that point. Let's grab a whole bunch of elite lancers. Spawn them around this fella right here. Have you got much in the way of... Yeah, he's got enough overguard left for this task. Let's get some combo. Slammed in a lot more, didn't it? There we go. Eh? Where'd the damage go? Where'd the damage go? What? Huh? What did I break? Wait, oh, wait. I think I know what's gone on here. Alright then, chat, watch and learn. I might be wrong here, but watch and learn. 1240, loads of 1240s. I'm gonna go into here. Let's go into the Sampotes. Let's do something that has absolutely no effect whatsoever. Here, combo duration. No one cares about combo duration. Two 480. Yep. Stealth. Well, I forgot to tap the console, because now if I tap the console, this is how this is how DE coded it to fix the stealth attacks on melee. You have to interact with the console. So no, Corrupt Charge was having no effect either. Corrupt Charge was having no effect either. So actually it's just slam bonuses. It's just slam. Which means it's just this mod. This is the only mod that'll buff that damage. Which means that special attack is again useful for newer players and utterly terrible for everyone else. Okay. If it was not a Mastery Rank 0 weapon, I would call that a problem, but it is a Mastery Rank 0 weapon. So, fair enough then. You can have this slam radial damage of 1240. You can mod it up if you really want to, but no new player should be investing in that. and otherwise ragdoll the enemies in front of you and throw away your combo in the process. For players who do not have access to ways to maintain or make use of combo, it's worth it to them. Once you have access to combo and you've got Blood Rush, you've got Weeping Wounds, you've got Naramon, then yeah. At that point, drop it. Works about heavy slams? Oh, does it? That doesn't look like it's working. Oh, it just does it in its line in front of it. Oh god, that's pathetic. Hold on. I mean, a few hundred damage is pathetic no matter what level you're on. Yeah, nah. Just remind ourselves there. What was the Siam one doing? Set that to pressure points only. A new player should have well more than that at the point that they care about damage, but yeah, 1,000 and then it crit for 6,000. 1,000, 3,000, yeah. Base slam still ragdolls? Oh, fair enough. Okay. Still a bit crap. Because you can also just base slam with any weapon, actually. I can just grab the Siam, grab some ordinary troopers, stick them around all this lot. Hi, fellas. Okay, that's stagger. That's a knockdown. Have to get closer. Do combo slams ragdoll? Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look then. Let's do it that way so we don't accidentally just kill anyone. That doesn't seem to be doing the special. Yeah, that oh wow, hang on. Okay, so it's based on the direction the Warframe's facing, not your camera. Interesting. So yeah, you do get the massive ragdoll on a normal slam. Look at him go. And then on a heavy slam, you get the... oh, good lord. Bye! Nope. I see what's happening there. They're getting lifted and then launched. That's why it's sending them so far. Lift, then launch. Got it. So it's like doing two heavy slams in one. That's what's happening there. Fair enough. Let's try the other simulacrum, the open skybox. I don't need to get the enemies to fly off into oblivion forever. Just bouncing them around here is enough for me right now. Alright, will it go over this bit of terrain? Never mind, I hit the terrain, so it didn't count. Will it go... will it go through this? Yes. Okay, then. Bye! That's gotta hurt. Okay. So you got a means of ragdolling non-Xmas units. The ragdoll is more effective on a heavy slam than it is just a slam, but just a slam still gets some work done. And then the damage output is definitely for new players only. Like the slam effect is an ability rather than a weapon effect. Yeah, I get what you're saying there, yeah. This is a no energy budget crowd control ability. As opposed to having to spend precious resources as a new player. It's a good way of looking at it, actually, right? A steel charge bonus or bonus on lifted enemies. I'm going to skip both of those for the simple reason that even if they do work, Coco, it doesn't actually matter. Because at that point, it's too niche to matter. The bonus you can get from steel charge is really not that much. So yeah, early game, it's got some practical purposes there. That explosive effect is certainly going to do some good work for newer players who don't need to worry about their combo. Just throw down a heavy slam and blappity blap go the enemies. Even the ones that survive are blasting off again. But it is still a hammer. Now, stat-wise, let's go back to the stats there, because we recently covered this substantially on the side there. The side there. Oh, this weapon was done so dirty. So dirty. So yeah, sidebar gets up to 40%, and was it... I can't remember anymore. Doesn't matter. Personally, you go for Vulner's Prime? Yeah, I would as well, because the slash cannot be overstated. Sanctum Magistar is decent for its gimmick, but Vulner's Prime, slash is great. Slash is just great. We could really do with weapons not being slash or bust. That would be great. Like, it leaves things like hammers having to go for elemental builds, and they just don't hit anywhere near the same. Slash is so strong. Let's see, so Volnus would probably be the next hammer a new player would have access to. What is the MR on Volnus? Let's see, Volnus is Mastery Rank 9. Crikey, I didn't realise it was that high up. Would it be Magistar then? Ah, there we are, Magistar, Mastery 1. Okay, that's much fairer. Never mind. I got rid of it because I have a Sanctum Magistar, but yeah. So, normal Magistar, Mastery Rank 1. Yeah, drop in the crit chance, crit damage, drop in the actual damage, same attack speed, and the damage type distribution is actually somehow even worse. So yeah, the Sandpoach just completely outclasses the Magistar, not even slightly. That is a complete outclass there. Normal Fragor will be Mastery 2, so that'll be the next one up the list. Normal Fragor, again, lower damage, lower crit, lower status, lower basically everything you could ever want to care about in your life. It's just lower. The only thing it gets is a slam radius, which we've already proven doesn't matter. Fragor's a rail checkpoint reward. Good to note, thank you. You then get Jack Tag. Don't know what mastery that is. It'd be nice if it said mastery in here somewhere, but whatever. Slightly more on the range, whereas these others were the same range. Yeah. So Jack Tag, slightly more on the range. Stats, absolutely terrible in comparison. It's got the status, but I mean, how much is that doing? But it's got more attack speed though. Like, that is a noticeable increase in attack speed. That's, what's that, 20% increase, roughly? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Interesting. Right, so yeah, it would balance out there, but the crit stats just don't keep up. So these early weapons aren't competing with the Zampotes at all, and then the Zampotes has that slam for early game players to really hammer it home. By the time you're then looking to get into higher tier stuff, hammers just fall off anyway. Yeah, I know the Fraggle Prime's got that initial combo. It's not huge, but it is there, yeah. And then just Archetytron just doing its own thing, you know. Let's not even get into that one. That's just a whole other weapon in the way that plays. You get the Helio Core, which I'm sure a lot of players will actually put off getting hold of. And yeah, the stats there, lower crit multiplier, despite the higher crit chance. That's going to have a huge effect. Status is in the bin at that point, and it's even more focused on impact. Cyanoid Helio Core, status jumps up, the crit chance jumps down, make it make sense. Volnus Prime is where things actually get somewhere interesting. And Volnus itself, yikes, those stats. Yikes. Those are not stats to be happy about. Glass hammer, literally. Yeah. So in terms of the hammer category, Sandboats does compete pretty well. Like, its stats are behind your top-end hammers. Your Kuva Shield Egg, your Cyberian Cannon, your Volnus Prime. It is understandably behind those. Sancti Magister is same crit, lower multiplier, lower status, lower damage, higher attack speed, which actually more than balances out the damage, but it's still got the lower multiplier there. But the Sancti Magister has perks. So this one heals you, this one screws your enemies over. Take your pick. You got your top hammers and Fraggle Prime. Fraggle Prime, a little bit of extra initial combo, like you get a slightly higher multiplier. Yeah, it sounds cute, but it's still a hammer at the end of the day. Still a hammer. Okay, not actually giving this a whirl in a mission as yet, so let's do that. Got to give it a fair whirl. So that was the heavy approach. Let's try a combo approach. No, the heavy approach first. Yeah, let's go heavy first. I'm going to drop out Gladiator Might for Heat, just as I feel that will probably be more beneficial for us here, given the effect of Heat procs. Those flames are well built on it. That does give it a nice menacing look, but we don't care about looks here. Alright. If you're on keyboard, it's F. Alright, let's bring our laser tank, good old standard testing. Don't need to switch off an Aramon because it doesn't matter. Let's see what happens. Let's see how badly this goes. Yeah, so if you've stripped an enemy of all defenses, as I mentioned in the, I think it was the Siberian Garden video, if you've stripped an enemy of defenses, pretty much any weapon works at that point. As long as you're not using something stupid like the Stud.
They have just shut down
That's
all
it.
systems.
They die
I'm
now.
sending life support
Well done.
capsules your way.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. I mean, that's satisfying. Don't get me wrong, it's satisfying. Let's do the slam here. Well, it certainly fills up your screen with stuff. Heaven help you if you wanted to actually see what was happening to those enemies, but yeah, you certainly get some control going, don't you? Screw everyone trying to interfere with you right now. You take your pick of the world after that one. So whilst the damage on the heavy slam is just nothing to talk about, it's definitely a crowd control weapon. So that is definitely more of an ability than a weapon effect, which is actually cool. I was surprised we didn't see more of that on Incarnate weapons, to be quite honest with you. Now you get the Incarnate melee, it's like, here's a couple stat buffs. Like, how about we do something special? If you're not going to give them pure damage, can we do something interesting? This is interesting. That is very effective. For a Mastery Rank 0 weapon, that is actually very effective crowd control. Because we can just keep doing it. Oh, look at that, what are we going to do? Oh, sorry to knock you all on the ground again. Don't worry, you can stand up. Oh, I did it again. Oh, we got some over here. Don't worry. This is equal opportunity. You can get smacked as well. I'm not exactly dealing lots of damage here, so let's later it for a sec. Later a moment. But like, when you consider everything else going on, yeah, for a new player weapon, for an alternative option, it's that. It's there. We just lappinate a little bit more. I do like using Electrum. This one's a really satisfying weapon to use. It fills my screen with absolute gunk, but you know, it's still just satisfying. Look at that. I mean, just look at that. Could it carve through any easier? Get a couple kills, there we go. Slam these guys all around. Nope, bye. Yeah, I'm not seeing a good strategy there in terms of going for ground finishes, right? Given the screen mess it makes, and then finding the grounded enemy, and then dealing with them at any time, if you even can in that time. That doesn't seem a particularly valid idea. Like, it may be how you found the most success, but let me tell you, that is not going to compete with anything remotely considered capable. No. At the end of the day, this is still a hammer. Hammers are pretty bad. That'd just be how it be. Hammers are pretty bad. And this one's still a hammer. I remember when melee was just the weapon type to use. The idea of using guns in higher level was laughed at. I didn't even notice Torment already spawned. Whoops. Hello, Buckaroo. Most of your armor's been stripped. Let me just kill you. There you go. Like, the power of primary weapons that you can get these days is kind of ridiculous. Can you eat the Acolyte? Oh, oops, too late on that one. You have to ask before I kill the Acolyte. Just because you sent the message doesn't mean I'm going to read it and respond in time.
When you need it, extraction.
Alright, I'm done on this one. Boom. People want the Latrum buff for some reason? People want the Latrum buff because they want yet more power. Remember, Zom, I've seen some of the people you talk to on other Discords. I've seen the kind of conversations you get involved in. Don't take the opinions of the unwashed masses so strongly. I've seen some of the conversations you get into, and my god, the fact that you give some of those people even 5 seconds of your time is impressive. Impressive for them that they've managed to not scare you off. Just annoy the hell out of you, really. I was saying just failed a mission? It happens. What are you not? The only thing you lose in Warframe if you fail a mission is the time you spent starting the mission. Yeah, Latron is ridiculously powerful. Like, there is no mistake, this is an S tier weapon. Straight up, it's S tier. Permanent armor strip, easily achieved AoE, single target damage capability, plenty available for you as well. All of that in itself is already bonkers. And then you just have a look at some of these stats here, like what is even going on with that? A 7.8 times critical multiplier. I'm not even using the highest crit mods for it. It's just, okay, yeah, sure. Oh, sorry, my bad. That was on one mode. The other mode is 9.5 times. What? That's just bonkers. It's just completely and utterly bonkers. Ammo concerns. DE's way of balancing AoE weapons. This is the bit I still can't get over. Their way of balancing AoE weapons out of all of the options available to them was to reduce their ammo pool and ammo pickups. And then they introduced the Latron Prime in Canon. Okay then. Sure, yeah, let's do that. That's a thing. It's an enjoyable weapon to use. It absolutely slaughters anything and everything you point it at. I just, Are we balancing the game or not balancing the game? I still don't understand. What's the intention here? Yeah. But hey, I've not done that many relic fishes so far, so as to feel quite the same weight of it. We're in early days to see how it goes. You not felt the effect of the ammo nerf even once? Oh, I've seen it. I've felt it. There's nowhere near as many Kuvazar, Kuva Brahma players just speeding around with the fastest frame they can get their hands on, and then just obliterating everything in existence. It is a bit harder for them to just go blah 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 blah. Just a little teeny tiny bit harder. You can't just keep continuously shooting at walls and go, okay, well, sorry, was there an enemy there? Doesn't matter, I got ammo. Yeah. Things have quieted down. That was one of the bigger complaints that I raised in the AoE meta video, was that it was literally just tearing away the map. It was the way to play. It was the most efficient way to play. And it is a game designer's job to make sure that the most efficient way to play is also a fun way to play. And that takes into scope the entire multiplayer component of it. That failed. So, the ammo changes have helped in that arena. It's still just funny to have that, and then Latron Prime comes out. That's definitely funny. And, yeah, as some points out, you can still use things like Titania Thermal Sun builds, which are, again, a little bit unfun to be in a squad with. Actually, quite a bit unfun to be in a squad with. Yeah, you get that for more than one run, you're like, okay, here we go again, yep, there goes the Pixie, everything's dead, alright. Cool. Ray saying, to be fair, most of the Warframes are pretty balanced. I don't know how exactly we want to address that one, Ray, because that is a really long conversation to be had about balance in this game, and it's really long conversation to be had about that. Yeah. It's an obvious meme, Hydroid, but even going beyond that, that's a heck of a lot to take down on that. Really a lot. Cheers, Ray. That's the end of the tea. Alright, so, Sampotes. Yeah, not Sampotes. 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 Sampotes, Sampotes. I really don't know. I'm going to go with Sampotes. I'm just going to give it that Greek flair based on the way the characters are styled in delivery. It's Sampotes. Let's go with it. Great. Sampotes, it's a hammer. For a hammer, it's kind of middle of the road. The best hammers still just beat it, but for a new player weapon, yeah, definitely doing what it needs to do. Definitely doing what it needs to do. When we compare and contrast that against, was it the Siam? The Siam is doing very well for the Nikana category. Doesn't compete with Nikana Prime, but you know, that's fine. But against Skiajati, yeah. Yeah, Sampotes is doing pretty well against that. Sorry, Siam is doing pretty well against that. Sampotes isn't. Not sure you get Skiajati for free once you go through the quest line, but that's still quite a bit further into the game. Dragon Nikana, the Siam just outclasses, doesn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Like the Dragon Nikana has more slash component to it. But the Siam has more status to make up for that, so you'll still get your slash in the end of the day. And again, you get it earlier. Yeah. Well, there's a set Farn can outclass it because Swords is very, very good. And all he talked about was it Azothane. Yep. Is it Azothane or is it Azathani? Now I've said about the Sampotes, Is it Azothane or Azothani? 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 I need a Greek person. Is there anyone who speaks Greek and can tell me how someone in Greece would pronounce this? Because that's the way I feel these names are styled. You're Greek. Ah, perfect, Hermes. Right then. If you were to put it down, how would you go for it? Bruce is also Greek. Okay. Azothani. 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 Alright. Azothane, Azothani, Azothane? Oh god. See, we need a pronunciation guide on this one. I don't know the aim, I don't know the goal, I am far too English to be able to answer this question. Tropical Wolf saying Azon and me. I don't see that. Azond? Azon and me? No, that's not that word. That's not. Softer Assad. Azathani? 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 So how does the Azo how does the Azo compare to a 60% Livia? Livia is going to outclass it. Thank goodness for that. So yeah, 10th Livia is going to be ever so slightly slower. Not a huge amount, ever so slightly. It has got lower range, but again, not a huge deal. Livia has higher base damage before you even include the 60%. That said, the crit chance is smacked down. The crit chance and crit damage is smacked down. So Livia, it's going to outclass it, but not hugely. Not hugely. I'd say it still outclass it, but main thing is that Livia, you got primarily slash, and then you bring in the elemental components. You can easily go for a slash viral approach there. Let it carry itself. Maybe I can Google Translate it. I can't trust Google Translate to give me the correct information. It will give me an answer. I can't be sure that it is an appropriate answer. So I'll pass on that. No point me peddling fake information or unverified information. You think of the heavies, yeah. So with the heavies, it's certainly a thing. Yeah, Azathane. I'm back to Azathane, whatever. Azathane definitely does feel stronger with heavy attacks than it does with light attacks. Not sure exactly how that's all going to pan out. I'll be quite honest with you, not entirely sure how that's all going to pan out. But I don't want to be wasting too much time thinking about that one right now. Let's bring up the fourth final one that I can have a look at today, which was the... I forget the name of it. Let's scroll down. The Edun. Edun, Edun. 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 Good. Or maybe it's going to be pronounced Edun because screw sensibility. Edun? Adun? Edun? If it's Edun, I quit. Edam? I don't see an A and an M there. Grugers is saying add-on. And I don't see add-on there. That's an E, not an A. Nah. Looks like Glaive Prime? What do you mean that looks like Glaive Prime? What about that looks like Glaive Prime? What? Someone needs to take their meds. Next we've got people saying Eden, Edun, yep, up north. Edam, Edun, Adon, Eden. We've had to sort it. Ray, let's not. Yes, but they said Glaive Prime. And they meant Gwendal Primes. There we are, Ray. You're trying to be fair to someone who actually did just get it wrong. And yeah, I see that. Yeah, there's Guandao Prime. And there's Zidane. Which I'm going to guess they're going to fit into the same category then. Of being pole arms, yeah. That makes sense, wouldn't it? I don't know why it does that extendo thing. Is that just a thing? Okay, it doesn't have on the Pupacyst. Sidon just shrinks. Legion just exists. Corum also has a bit of a swishy, but these two are jiggly. Why are these two jiggly? I don't get it. And the Authors does it. Sidon doesn't really do it. The normal Sidon is apparently slightly shorter, despite having the same range. Go figure. But yeah, Eden, Guandao Prime, and Orthos Prime are all wiggly. Why are they wiggly? Anyway, that aside, let's have a look now. Let's have a look at some stats, shall we? Airless with the hydrate. Cheers. So, against Guandao Prime, which we imagine is going to be very, very strong here, Guandao Prime has a higher combo duration of 1 second longer, who cares? But it has got a little bit more base damage there, but it drops down the crit chance slightly and the crit multiplier. Ooh. Oh no, that is very interesting. It does have, it seems, a better slash component. Yeah, that's about the 3/4 slash. No, 2/3. Sorry, 3/4. That was really easy. 2/3 slash, whereas this is only half slash. So the Guandao is better for slash outputs, it seems. But yeah, the trade-off in damage there is pretty much bang on then. That is curious. Very, very, very similar in terms of output there. The heavy attack on the Guandao is going to be slightly faster, but no one really cares about that one on the Guandao. Range, exact same. Attack speed, exact same. That is very curious. That is very, 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 very curious. Like comparing against the Orthos there, Orthos Prime, massive drop in crit chance, significant drop in the crit multiplier, plenty of extra status, and my god, that slash component is singing. Only a slight improvement in the damage, and a slight improvement in attack speed. That drop in the crit stats, that stinks. Yeah, okay. Right, so heavy attack on Eden, launches a landmine that sticks on surface or enemy, explodes after 2 seconds, surprisingly sticks to nullifies instead of bouncing off. Okay. Can I tell you, it's kind of better than Heat Sword? Compare the stats here, miss. You're new to the game, so I will walk you through how you compare that. Let's grab the Heat Sword real quickly, and let's grab the Skana. So we can see here, Heat Sword first, then Skana. So the right side, the coloured numbers of the Skana. Skana is slower, Skana has lower damage, Skana has lower status, and it's got less slash yet more impact and puncture. And slash is usually just a great damage type out of the 3 physical ones. So the Skana is in basically every way worse than the Heat Sword. All this red, the only bit of green being where we don't need it. The Skana is just worse. Now you can't do that for every weapon, you have to stick within a category to compare weapons, because otherwise stances are going to come into play. Like for example, if you we're comparing not cyber, let's compare... Be a good hammer at this point. Yeah, if we were to compare like War here against the Cronin Prime, it would look like the Cronin Prime was more focused on status, but had just worse stats in terms of damage and crits. But the Cronin Prime is actually incredible because different type of weapon. So you can't just compare like for like unless you're within a category of melees. Just bear that in mind. Oh, the stats to Prism Skana? You'll have to look that one up, Scraptor. You'll have to look that one up. Great, let's see. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Stance matches Shimmering Blight. Yikes. Just confirming polearm here. Shimmering Blight. Selected best due to matching more polearm's base polarity. Okay. Bleeding Willow and Shimmering Blight only differ in their forward blocking combo and stance polarity. Drawing expires more attack options, while the 4 and blocking combos being more powerful. Twirling Spire is hard to control. Shimmering Blight and Bleeding Willow actually came out comparable. Oh, okay then. Never mind. I was concerned for a moment there, but no, Shimmering Blight is fine. Oh, well, screw you, gold mods. And this is why I do research. So glad I have comprehensive notes on this. So that's why I'm going to use Shimmering Blight. It is actually better, according to me from the past. Right, I prefer that for initial testing. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's see. Hello there, Socks. Welcome on in. Managed to catch a stream. Nice. Right. Critical damage. So we got Gladiator Mire, we got Organ Shatter. Let's grab ourselves some basic viral components because I'm going to go again standard hybrid minimal viral self priming builds. They're nice. They're simple for testing. Obviously, you can make weapons stronger if you involve status primers and if you use your Warframe to buff them up and whatnot, but keeping the tests relatively simple in comparison means that we can see what the weapon's actually capable of, rather than what happens when you dial everything up to the 9s. Is the capacity of each weapon different? The capacity of a weapon, Hermes, is based on the level of the weapon. It is based on the level of your account. And then polarities, like you can see this has got a green number, whereas this one has not. Then there's the polarities. So the capacity of a weapon will be equal to the higher of the level of the weapon or the level of your account to a max of 30, except for special weapons. It'll be doubled if you've added on a Orokin Catalyst. That just straight up doubles your capacity no matter what stage it's at. And then some things can give it a slight improvement, so like stances on melee weapons will give you a buff, and on Warframes, the auras, this one, will give you a buff to your capacity. I hope that makes sense, Hermes. I pick Pressure Point over Condition Overload. I prefer using that mod. Not because it's stronger, because I prefer it. That's all. It gives a standard testing point. I'm going the wrong place again. I want to go into a mission with this. Yeah, it is consistent, Craft, absolutely. I don't have to worry about external forces coming into play. I don't have to worry about variability of force procs and stances I'm using them, all kinds of bits and pieces. I'm just getting a feel for the weapon itself. This is all preliminary testing. I'm quickly going through these weapons to get an idea as to where they sit. Then I can refine the extra details.
Has been cut off. They're
I
trying
really
to
didn't
choke
to
you
open
out.
that 78 credits, but I
Hold
did.
on. I'm sending auxiliary
Alright,
life
let's
support.
get a vibe for this. Well, we are a meat grinder. I can barely see anything on my screen. The bitrate is probably hating these particle effects. Christ on them. Ay, that is a lot of particles. And we are getting into Red Crit territory as well, which is very nice. That gives the endorphins to the Red Crit cult. This is, by the way, the power of this brand new weapon in the hands of someone who has a level 30 or higher account, because a brand new player would not be able to shove all these mods. Bear that in mind. If you are a newer player, if you're a low-level player, you are not going to get this amount of power out of the weapon straight away. You just can't. It's physically impossible. Encode having an aneurysm? Yeah, just a little bit, I'm sure. These particles are absolutely excessive. Crikey. I genuinely can barely see the enemies, because the particles are about the same colour. While I was playing solo, why would I want someone in public coming in here and ruining my test? It's not going to really help me to understand the weapon if someone comes in and just nukes the room. You play with others when you want to play with others. Right now I don't. Alright, Xmas unit. Obviously not going to kill me because I am Lavos. And yeah, we're getting, and they're dead. Cool. I did have plenty of opportunity for a mercy kill there, so it's not like a super fast kill, but mercy kills are fine. Yeah, this is the kind of weapon where I might recommend black energy color. Good thing the pride palette is around at the moment. Because you can get, I think you can get a very nice black on that palette, can't you? You're very right, Zom. Yeah, you can get these weapons before you can get Rhino. This Eden we're testing here is early game. So the fact that it is handling this well, this is steel bloody half. My life support's still at nearly 100%. Even the bloody Incarn Cyber struggling at doing that. Now we could have been looking on drops, which is why we play it out. See if the life support drops continue to hold up for us. I mean, we haven't had one in a while. How much health? Yeah, my Lavos doesn't like dying, so he just doesn't. There are other Warframes that seem to be a little bit more fragile. Lavos doesn't feel like it. There we go. I was wondering if I could have seen the life support drop when I mentioned it. Okay, now. You get health from mods and Warframes. Different Warframes have different health stats, and there are various mods which can affect your health and armor as well. This Warframe I'm using here not only has a lot of armor, I have modded him to have an extreme amount of health of armor. On top of that, I've given him some high-level damage resistance mods, and I have a Arcane, which is kind of like another mod that goes in a separate slot, that heals him passively over time. And a lot. So you can see my health just constantly regenerates. Yeah, that life support has suddenly dropped right the way down. I was getting lucky on the life support drops. I did think it was very, very good. That was more HP than a Railjack? Probably, yeah. Okay, let's get rid of that Leech Xmas, because otherwise it's going to really slow down my kill rate. The kill rate is beginning to suffer a bit, yeah. Actually, let's just clean up a little bit. Just get us a bit of life support back without having to leave the area, that'd be great. If it wants to drop. Let's just kill all those enemies for it not to drop, thank you. Oh no, a Blitz Xmas to the face, whatever will I do? Oh. I'm gonna get my combo back. Let's get ready to fight Violence. Nastiest of all the acolytes, in my opinion. Luckily I am Lavos, so that does not matter as much right now. But he can still be a threat. And going for full blender on him works. Yeah. That was pretty capable. Yeah, Steel Path life support can definitely be a thing. If you haven't got a really strong weapon, doing it solo will be a struggle, but that's because the way it works in Steel Path, you are always treated like you have 4 players in the squad. That's a huge difference between normal mode, where it's scaled based on the number of players. So if you have 4 people here, you'll get 4 times the kills, you get 4 times the drops. In normal missions, 4 times the players would mean that the life support capsules drop less frequently to balance it out. But that's why survival is such a struggle solo. It's acting like there's 4 players in a squad, but you're not getting 4 players worth of kills. So you have nowhere near the life support. Oh, and my carrier has died. Well, that shows I am definitely not killing fast enough. My carrier only dies when I am struggling for kills. here. Yeah, 433 kills, and some of that was with the Elytra, and that is not a lot of kills. I was just getting very, very lucky with the life support at the start there. Never mind, that was a fluke. That was a fluke, but still, Mastery 0 weapon. Still killing and still power. Enough to actually cut through an Acolyte. Game does a bad job of explaining how modding and damage works. Oh, yeah. The game does a bad job of explaining pretty much everything. The fact that anyone managed to get into this game is a bloody miracle. Damn, all those enemies are not a single life support capsule? Are you kidding me? Alright. We'll leave. I'm gonna grab that for good measure. Because I can. Slide through the window. Yeah. As far as the weapons go, that was reasonable. That was reasonable. Let's get in the sea. Sorry, I tried to drown myself there as I spoke. Let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, get the same kind of vibe overall from these weapons that, if I compare them to the top tier weapons in their category, they don't compete. But they're not supposed to be the top tier weapons in their category. If I compare them to the newbie weapons in their category, these weapons are absolutely freaking bonkers. Just bonkers. Which is a thing. But yeah, the Eden is a polearm. What are the other polearms? What are the early polearms you get? What is the earliest of these? Is it gonna be things like Tombo and Orthos, right? Let's have a look here. Tombo, you get at Mastery 3. Is there any earlier than that? Is Cero earlier? Cero is 6. Orthos is 2. That's close enough. Alright, so yeah, comparing to Eden, Mastery 0, Orthos, Mastery 2. Orthos is slower, Orthos is weaker, Orthos is... Oh my god! Woo! Okay. 6% crit chance, 1.5 crit multiplier. Oh, I haven't seen stats that bad in a while. My god. Whew. Orthos is a relic. Orthos Prime is in the relics. Oh dear, wow. Yeah, Orthos and Orthos Prime do look quite different, don't they? But then stats, my god. That is a thing. How about Gwandal? What point do you get Gwandal?
How humiliating.
Who's punning? Alright, oh, I click Gwandal Prime. Nope. Gwandal is Mastery 4. Interesting. How's it relates to Castle War? Okay, let's see it. Eden versus Castle War. Castle War again, 6%, 1.4 times. It's terrible. It's got higher status, don't get me wrong there, although the damage spread is not looking too peachy at all. Yeah, no, Castle War is terrible. Comparison here. Keshake, how's Keshake doing? Keshake has lower crits, a little bit more status, much lower attack speed, which completely offsets that damage there. Yeah, no, Keshake ain't doing it. So, yeah, Tombo, 5% 2 times, Cero, 8% 1.5 times, but slash electric. Actually, it's mostly electric, never mind. Yeah. So, out of the early game ones, Eden is absolutely slamming it, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, Eden is absolutely slamming it here. Alright. Okay. Last time you used Orthos or Prime is when comparing was the thing. Coptering was the thing? Fair enough. Tombo Prime? It could be suitable for 1, yeah. It could be suitable for 1. I don't think we really need to focus on much more in the way of primes, though. Like, I'm happy for weapons to be evolved and adapted into new, interesting things, not just stat buffs. If you want just a polearm, we have just a polearm. Or if you want more crit rather than more status, we have just a polearm with more crit instead of more status. If you want a polearm from the new war, you have this one. It's not great. We've got polearms. New weapons need to be interesting, not just stat changes, because otherwise you just then kick out the other stuff. That's the thing. Because that's one of the things we were mentioning about with the what was it called? I've got Tez, I'll find it, right? The ending Tez? Sampites, there it is, I forgot the name of it. That was one thing with the Sampites, despite the fact that it's a hammer, and hammers are kind of, overall, the heavy attack there has something special going on for it. Yeah. Do I treat it Edon heavy? We haven't done that yet, no, actually. That's a good point. Let's take the Edon, let's just grab a no mod build, hurry down to the Simulacrum and see what happens with it. Let's see what happens
The
with that one.
multitude of creatures you have immortalized would
Polearm you
cry
can
out
throw,
in
isn't that a
thanks.
spear gun? Pretty sure that's a spear gun. Someone's lost in a relay, apparently. Okay. Okay. Let's have a looky then. We do that against the Xmas here. What base stats are we looking at? Can I get it from all the way over here? Hoi! Did I miss? Okay, that's not very forgiving on the range. Fine. Oh, risk of self knockback apparently. Okay. What about on the slam? Nothing special on slam, it is all in the throw. Okay. Okay. Alright, look at those stats there. Let's see what we can work with then. Let's switch on to some modding and see what we can do from there. Now we have an idea as to what we're going to be working with. Let's grab our usual crucial, sacrificial, steel, and pressure. Let's get the heavy attack wind-up speed, heavy attack damage. Let's grab Gladiator Might for the moment, that'll be okay. Let's grab ourselves Killer Charge. Let's put that over there, actually. Berserker Fury. I can't be able to do any of the modding with that right now. Let's just have a feel for how this goes. Cancel the self-multiplier, thanks for a reminder. I don't know. I don't know. Like tens of thousands of damage doesn't really cover it. Because this is not fighting the armor, this is against the overguard. It can headshot. Well, the direct hit can headshot. So that's a thing. The explosion didn't headshot, the direct hit did. Which makes sense, because AoEs typically don't have a headshot bonus. Oops, I missed. The downside though is aiming that, bloody hell. Try aiming that in an actual fighting scenario? Yeah. Alright, let's have a look then if we bring in some more standard units and the Lancers. Right, you know what, whilst we're at it, let's do a quick cheeky little thing. Let's go to Vazarin. Yeah, how many people use this school for anything other than keeping yourselves alive? But fun fact, if I'm correct about this, belt. Oh. Where's the boom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom! Oh, there it is. I'm feeling it. Is it aiming slightly to the right of my reticle? It is. It's aiming to the right of where I'm aiming. Oh, God. Yeah, that headshot. God damn it. It's not even lined up. That's annoying. And if it kills the enemy... Excuse me. Sir, how did you explode? I aimed in that direction and killed a guy. How did you explode? Eh? Okay. Looks like it's got a forced impact on it. Yeah. We saw a blast proc happen by chance as well. Yeah, so we've got direct hit has impact proc, and then chance of normal status, and the explosion is impact proc as well, and all affected. Okay. Yeah, the animation is askew. Oh, good God, that was terrible. How fast can I throw these? No, with some rapidity to it. So if you just want to ruin your heavy attack button, I suppose you could do this forever. Doesn't look that great, but it makes explosions, I guess. Nailed him! I mean, this might open up some trick shots on the Plains of Eidolon. How far can you throw your spear? Can you land a kill shot from 200 meters away? You got some challenges you can get up to. Ah, that's terrible. Yeah, there's a lot of fall off on this weapon. Bloody hell. That still landed short? Crikey. I'll try it again. There? Got him! Yeah, that'll do. Alright, that heavy attack is not looking amazing. Cheers, Patches. That heavy attack is not looking amazing, because if I switch myself over to the combo build again, let's have a refill on that one. There we are. Let's give us another vibe here. So get ourselves a bit of combo going. Until we have the combo, it's going to be pretty trash. In fact, can I do a slam combo? Yeah, that gets us a bit of a combo sooner, doesn't it? A little bit. Okay, not that much faster. But we're already at the point where this is actually beginning to kill the enemy. We gain that weaken wounds bonus. We gain the slash procs. We gain the viral procs. That just feels immensely more effective than chucking it. Yeah, even with all of that combo, and this guy lost not even enough to get to the blast proc on his name. Nah. So as far as heavy attack features go, that ain't it. That ain't it. So we got the Siam, which is basically just an Ikana, but a good one. We have the Sampates, which is a curiously statted hammer. It's mid-ground for the actual stats, mid-high, but in terms of the slam on it, the slam is doing some work. The Edun, it's a strong polearm. It's definitely well strong that you should have access to. That's a running theme for these weapons. Well strong that you should probably have access to at that point, but hey. But that's about the long and short of it. And where's the other one? Have I missed it? Where'd it go? Have I used it that much? Azathane, there you are. And the Azathane, again, as far as two-handed Nikanas go, interesting. The special attack like that is trash, though. This is just absolute trash. Right, do we have an enemy still alive? Oh, hi there. Yes, it's the one that we nearly didn't damage at all. Wow. Is this a simulacrum? This is a simulacrum, yeah. I'm using the ballroom simulacrum, which you can only get from an event every year. Once you have it, you have it. Yeah, this is thanks. In case you're wondering, oh, were you doing that with an unmodded weapon? Nope. We could try it with a no combo weapon, or a combo building, and try it again. And just hard switch. Oops, I didn't mean to heavy attack you to death. Well, that was the wrong button. I killed him. Let me get a new one. Huzzah! So you get combo in an AoE, which is cute. But like, it's still taking you a long ass time to do it when you can just hit the enemies, you know? Just hit them. Just hit them. They're not going to be doing a lot once you've hit them. That. And this is attack speed buffed as well. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan of that special. Some of them good, some of them not. Does the damage from the AoE scale at all? Let's see here. So we got some combo at the moment. Yes, that's 11. 11 all around, no fall off on it. Oh, I think that one crit. Oh, wait, he's heat proc, that's what it is. Yeah, 11s. Not really doing a lot. Hello there, Bonk, welcome in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just scaling off the slam radial damage, which, as we know, does not scale. Slam radial damage is a crying shame in terms of damage output. It ain't great. But yeah, the Azathane itself is still a very capable weapon. I wish I could search here like Duviri or Drifter to bring those up, but I can't. It's fine, it's fine. I'll just have to try not to use these too much at the moment so I know where they are down here, because, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one is further up. Take care, Hermes. Yeah. The Azathane is a certainly very capable weapon. I think you can get more out of the perks from some of the other two-handed Nikanas, but it's still a very strong weapon. And for MR0, very good. Yeah, it's just the radial block attack that I was saying was pretty crap though, hell, that's all. Edun, if you're looking for a polearm, early game, oh my god, will this carry you? Siam, if you're looking for a rapier early game, oh my god, will this carry you? Sampates, if you're looking for a hammer early game, oh my god, will this carry you? If you're late game, Edun falls behind some of the other options. It's cute, but it falls behind. The spear throw is no. Siam, it'll do alright, but it'll fall behind the other options. And Sampates, it'll do alright, but it'll fall behind the other options. The only one I've not got here to test at the moment is Sun and Moon. So that one I'm going to have to get around to. That one's still in the Foundry. But 4 out of 5. Can't fit in one go. I think that's alright. I'd like to see varieties on, rather than just picking on one that worked and copying it over to the others. That's what I'd like to see. Or, you know, slam radial to get a little bit better. That could be interesting. Meddle around with some options there. But yeah, some moves a class of their own. I'll have to look into those. I'll get to it. As and when I have them built, I'll be able to get to it. So what have I missed out on then? Of these 4, what have I missed out on? What have I not covered that needs covering? I was like, Siam, did it have anything? Heavy attack sends 4 shockwaves, does it? Alright, yeah, that one, that's what it was. Yeah. We said that was good for early game as well, because it doesn't scale particularly amazingly. Yeah, it's turning a level 190 upside down there, but it's taking a long ass time to do it. And that's because I had the right procs on him. Yeah, that's taking forever compared to just slice and dicing. Stealth. Oh yeah, that was stealth bugged as well, wasn't it? Oh, I got this freaking. Why is it? First of all, stealth bug exists, and secondly, that even if you turn off the stealth, you still get permanent yellow because it's showing the stealth modifier, even though it's not a stealth modified damage against the game. Is the force impact the wave? Good question. Interesting. It does seem there is one every first wave of the swing, doesn't it? Oh, I didn't reach. That's impact and also viral. Impact and heat. Missed. Other one. Impact. Impact. It does seem to be there is a forced impact on the first one, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll verify that much then. Yeah, if someone talks about gas, it's almost always, hey, if you group up enemies and then gas, it's like, well, yeah, you've just grouped a whole bunch of enemies up. Of course, gas is going to do something. If you group up enemies with pretty much any weapon, so long as you can handle multiple targets at once, you're going to do a lot of some things. It's kind of redundant to that point. Like, hey, did you know if you armor strip enemies, they die easily? It's like, yeah, that's what it does. It's not a great comparison. So, Siam, heavy wave, good for new players, not good for established players, still a capable weapon overall as a Nikana. Sabdies, heavy attack, great for new players, not great for established players, still a capable hammer overall, but it's still a hammer. Edun, heavy attack, it's funny, I guess, but however, the actual weapon itself overall, pretty damn good. As a thing, where did it go? It's a two-handed Nikana. The special on it, the blocking melee attack is pants. It builds some combo, but it's mostly pants. But yeah. Whereas only first heavy of the force impact. The second heavy does triple damage eye level, that's why, I guess. And also the second one is vertical rather than horizontal, which apparently can lead to headshots, but randomly, and not in any controllable way. So occasionally you'll get not just triple, but 18 times damage, because... Yeah, go figure. Go figure. Because consistency is fun. Said no one at DE ever. I am lag. Every single pellet counts as a shot. Every single pellet will count there. So you'll find it's actually really easy. Give it a try. You'll be surprised. Just slap multi-shot on? I don't think you'll even need to slap multi-shot on. What's the base on the Felox? Base multi-shot is 4 times. You've already got 24 shots on there. So yeah, with your normal multi-shot modding, you'll have plenty. You'll have plenty. Gotta keep creators on their toes? Honestly, Moon, no, I'd rather not. I'd really rather not. Like, as much as my career literally exists from explaining this game to you guys, there's making guides on it, and then there's going, Oh my god, why does none of this work? And this update has been a little bit too much of the second. It really has been. Need I remind y'all of how much is wrong with things like the Sidebear or the Mitre? Like, this says it gives you 10 combos, 5. It's clearly an objectively 5. I tested that very easily. This is affecting the base crit chance. It doesn't say it's increasing your base, but they could have gone around and said that. It's also affecting pseudo-exalted weapons, because, hey, why not? I didn't cover that in the videos because I expect that's going to get removed. There's the other perk you can go onto this spot here, which is like, hey, if you kill an enemy with 3 stacks of coal on them, it turns out it's actually only if you hit them with 1 stack of coal on them. Like, did anyone other than me test this? Did literally anyone under the employ of DE test it, or is it just left to players to go, whoops, it's broken? Oh dear, dear, dear. It's a thing. It's certainly a thing. Yeah. This Skunk here saying, this update was great for the first week, but after that you realise how flawed it is and how little has happened since it came out. How do you mean how little has happened since it came out? Like, if you mean in terms of hot fixes, yeah, there are some things that should probably be addressed. If you mean in terms of content, I don't know of many games that put out big updates more often than once every few months or a couple of months. Like, it's only been a month. Well, a bit over a month now, like 5 weeks? Come on. But outside of that, yes. Like, there are some significant issues. You mean in terms of fixes? There's been a lot of fixes. It's just there's a lot to fix. But I do wonder about D's QA team. Marcel just saying, I wonder what D's QA team looks like. Pablo is saying it was just a team of 20 playtesters. If it's a team of 20 of them, then whoever is managing that team... How do I put this nicely? Whoever is managing that team of QA testers might need to rethink their priorities as to how they test weaponry. Or otherwise, the QA team is not being listened to. One of those two things is true. Either the QA team needs to seriously reevaluate its priorities, or, if not both of, the QA team needs to be listened to. Because the bugs in the basic mechanics of these incarnate weapons have been absolutely rife. The sound team have knocked this update out of the park. The graphics team have knocked this update out of the park. We've got brilliant music, brilliant voice acting, brilliant cinematics, all of that lot absolutely out of the park. There are going to be bugs here or there. Sometimes they're going to be game breaking, sometimes not. I understand bugs here or there. Bugs which are inconsistent or hard to discover, I absolutely accept those. Trust me, I do. Bugs which are base mechanics, base design bugs, which we can test and verify within 5 minutes, that annoys the hell out of me. Because it's the stuff I'm doing in the 5 minutes of getting the weapon. I'm not a tester, I'm a content creator. I shouldn't have to be checking, oh, are they lying to us this time? Is this going to give 10 when it says 10? Nope, it gives 5. I mean, really now. That does genuinely annoy the hell out of me. Do I think that Ash Prime's prices will decrease or increase? Well, they've just come into, what's it? Prime Resurgence rotation, right? So they should decrease. Yeah, it's just come in as of 2 days ago. So Ash Prime's going to come down in price. Don't know how much by, but definitely down. Supply is going to go up, so price will come down. Hell's Life saying there's a ton of games coming out these days that clearly have large glaring issues. You bet the QA found those before release. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of developers, a lot of companies where QA is not being followed up on. I've heard of plenty of cases where either management or development or whoever's involved, whoever's calling the shots, is going, right, let's categorize these bugs. We've got the game-breaking ones, and we've got the obvious but survivable bugs, and then we've got the unobvious ones fix the game breakings, we'll leave the others till later. And then later almost never comes. Technical debt builds onto technical debt, and ultimately move on to the next game. Just sell something else, sell something else, sell something else. Warframe can't do that. Or rather, every time Warframe tries to do that, it's still Warframe. That's how you get content which just dies forever. Yeah. And I appreciate that you can't QA the unusual things. You can't. Like, I would be surprised if a bug is passed by more than one tester ever inside of a company. It's expensive to test things, I get that. Trust me. The amount of stuff I've tested, I appreciate just how many things can come in. The amount of issues in my own videos, I can appreciate just how easily things can slip in. But the ones which I'm most concerned with are not the ones which happen in weird interactions or the ones that pop up from time to time. The ones that mostly hurt me are the ones which are so demonstrable from day zero, where the person testing it should get right. So my job is to check the Siberian Canon works. Siberian Canon says it gives you 10 additional combo. Okay, let's swing it. That gave me 5 combo, not 10. Well, that's broken, clearly. Stack decay bug. I found the stack decay bug when I was attempting to test the Felarx to round off the Zaraman Incarnon series. I've never got back to doing the Felarx because other stuff have come up since, but yeah. I was trying to test the Felarx and the damage numbers weren't adding up. And I was really confused. I was stepping back and stepping back and stepping back. I was like, do I really not understand shotguns this badly? Until eventually I pared it down to basically nothing and applied every upgrade 1 bit at a time. And that's when I verified that it was a stack decay bug happening on the Felarx, and then I expended it out to others. I missed. Cheers. I thought you were leaving, but okay, cheers. That's when I expended out the tests to check it out against Primary Deadhead and Primary Merciless, to check it against the secondary versions as well. Check more and more and more to try and get an idea as to the sheer scope of the bug, and oh my god, it was so far-reaching. As you saw, I needed to do a video on that. There was no way that could be just left to a bug report. I needed to put a fire under that one because that was going to affect so many people's perception as to what was going on. It was affecting efficiencies. It was going to just leave so much confusion and upset, which needed to be targeted, especially as it would lead to various reports of people saying this weapon's broken, that weapon's broken, that weapon's broken. No, no, no. It was the entire category of perks. That one needed addressing on the scale I did it, because that was a crazy one. And yeah, it all started from me testing the Felarx and slowly losing my mind trying to figure out exactly how that weapon was working, so I discovered exactly why it wasn't working. Yeah. And the thing is, this is what QA should be. This is what QA should be. I don't have access to dev tools that QA should be handling. Dev tools that should be existing in any kind of game, they should be able to have damage readouts. They should be able to have information popping up on a separate monitor, whatever testing program, whatever logs are necessary to see what's actually happening. I have to go through videos sometimes, frame by frame, to tease apart the bits that are happening. I have to compare the damage hits and compare the status blocks happening to go, okay, so that was from that attack and that was from this attack, but that one, well, that one's not divisible by 3, so that's probably this then. And then, okay, well, that one actually looks like it might have clipped the head, so it probably got this multiplier. And that one clipped the arm. Did it get the follow-through effect? Was there an enemy stood behind me? All of that crazy stuff. All of that I have to do manually because I don't have access to any kind of log readout to tell me exactly what is happening. But QA should. I don't see in any way whatsoever that, sorry. Yeah, I don't see any way whatsoever that a QA team wouldn't have access to that kind of information. Their teams to be able to just quickly go, alright, weapon, hits, okay, yep, and it says on the log, it did 150 damage, reduced by enemy armor, showed a result of 72. 72 is what we saw on screen. Perfect. Yep, that works. Move on. Right. Thing swings. Okay, yep, it triggered the extra combo. Oh, that only gave it 5 extra combo, not 10. Wow, bug. Like, really should be easy. Really should be. I remember when we found out on stream that enemies can crit us. Yeah, that was the one. I don't even remember that one fully. I just remember going, oh yeah, enemies can crit us. Wow. That's a thing. That's certainly a surprise to come across. Ray saying, unfortunately, Juggernaut testers, QA attempt to break things, aren't want any more due to live service development. Honestly, Ray, I get it. Trying to find things that are broken is a really grinding task, and the number of things you want to take into account at that point can get ridiculous. I can appreciate that. But basics. We say it will do this, does it do that? That should be simple. The fact that the alternative perk here on the side there, the one that says you gain some kind of bonus. I forget the exact bonus now, I'll be quite honest with you. Was it initial combo? Yeah, it was initial combo. You gain initial combo if you kill an enemy with 3 or more stacks of gold. And the fact that that triggers before I've killed an enemy, I found that in 5 seconds of testing it. 5 seconds to go, oh, this is clearly coded incorrectly. I mean, come on now. You can see why I'm frustrated on that one. Can you retake the tutorial? Good question. Good question. I think you can replay, what's it, Boar's Prize, which isn't that the tutorial of sorts? Can you replay it? Oh, you can't replay this. Is it Awakening? Ah, it's Awakening you can redo. Okay. Yeah, not Boar's Prize, it's Awakening you can redo. Yeah, there you are. So yeah, go into your codex, like I just did there, click onto it, and you can replay quest. Remember the whole Nama face laser one-shot thing? You don't think that was even a bug? Yeah, that wasn't a bug, no, it was just that Nama face lasers are so terribly inaccurate. Actually, we did find a bug on that. We did find a bug. We discovered that clients would see different ones lit up with a face laser, even if they didn't have a face laser. So clients didn't actually know which enemies could send out a face laser. Only the host could. We did find a bug there. So, that was a thing. There was the anti-mowers taking twice the damage they should have done from certain attacks. We never found out why. I'm going to leave that one to die forever. I think, yeah, wasn't the anti-mower taking double damage from Citrine for no good reason? I think it was the Citrine anti-mower thing. The hotfix is still Curvo. We're stuck with those bugs right now. Yeah, we'll see what gets changed. We'll see. Pure and simple, we'll see. I don't know what the difficulty is. I don't know how you code for Warframe. I have never done any coding on a video game more advanced than a basic little app for my dad for Father's Day once. And I do mean basic. My level of coding expertise would not be hired at any job ever. So don't take me as someone who knows how this coding side of it all works. I can certainly understand the logic and prioritization to go, that ain't working, bruh, in 5 seconds. As I'm saying, honestly, stuff like Pseudo Exalted has been affected by Evos. Can see how that slipped by. Wouldn't be surprised they kept it in, considering they re-added Progenitor bonus melee applying to Pseudo Exalted. I'll be surprised on that. I'd be surprised if they want to keep it in because it's such a huge buff. For anyone who's wondering what Zom's on about there, this perk here and similar perks on weapons which can be used as stat sticks is applying to the base stats of the stat stick ability. So Korra's Whipclaw, for example, I think it has a crit chance of 25%? I think Korra's Whipclaw is 25%. Whatever its percentage is, basically this value, this 25% here, is added to that before mods come into play. You literally double the critical chance on Korra. What's wild is that this also applies to things like Atlas's Landslide. So Atlas Landslide has a 5% crit chance if I recall correctly. This turns it into 30% before mods are applied. That is an absolutely insane boost. I cannot stress just how much of an increase that is. And I can't see that really being intended, to be quite honest with you. Let alone something they'll want to keep in. Is that so intentional? I suspect it's not intentional. Absolutely, Cezon. Like, that's the kind of thing you make a point of. Such a huge buff to abilities, some of which they absolutely did not need it. Like, Korra's Whip Claw is damn good. It does not need to have its crit chance doubled or more. The Ceramic Dagger incarnate, I think, is even higher. So yeah, that was quite the surprise. It's why I've not covered any of my videos so far, because I don't believe that's going to stick around. But at the very least, if it is going to stick around, surely D are going to put out a statement on that. Sure. You feel like Landslide could actually deserve the buff? I mean, Landslide can use the buff, don't get me wrong. But the fact that it just pops up out of nowhere, and specifically on these things which also don't work on other stuff like actual exalted weapons, just pseudo-exalteds, which are already weird in themselves, and the fact that it adds us to the base rather than to the modded, it's really all over the place. It's really all over the place, and part of the problem with this kind of thing is that it stacks on the technical debt. Every time another thing like this comes out, and they leave it there, that's another scaling modifier, that's another quirk happening in the system that not only do the players have to take into account in builds, but the devs have to take into account for yet more things it could break. And that can definitely be a problem. Certainly the longer you leave it, the more players expect that it's intended, the more players spend time and resources and maybe even platinum getting to such benefits. And then if it's taken away later, players are rightfully very unhappy. Everything from taking the Gladiator set off of off Companions, therefore really hurting Helios, to very strangely how they handled Korra with, was it Scarlet Spear, I think it was? Yeah, Scarlet Spear. So Korra, does it still say in the tips? Let's have a quick look here. Command variety stay in place by marking Washington heal posture. Command variety heal. Venari's heal posture can heal defense objectives when marked. So this was being used to heal the defense objectives in Scarlet Spear. And then D went, oh, no, that was never intended, and took it out. And slapped a big old nerf across the board on a lot of things, actually, in the process. Which is... That's again going to annoy a lot of people. When you have something that's been in the game for a long while, and it's just not addressed or even encouraged as a tooltip, and then you take it out, that stings. And if I went to test it, I wasn't testing for Drift, I was testing them on Warframes. The Drifter melees on Warframes. Yeah. So that's why I am of the mind that D probably won't leave this in. It's very strong, having that 25% applied to the base values of exalted abilities. It breaks the balance as to which ones can do what. It seems very much unintended interaction. That's just kind of how the incarnate perks have been coded in. And the longer they leave it without an extra statement into it, the more damage it's going to cause in terms of the more upset it's going to cause when removed. And if they don't remove it, that's going to leave yet more technical debt of yet more things that can break in very weird ways. I just... It's a thing. It's a thing. So yeah, we'll have to see how it all pans out on that one. At least for now, positive or negative depending on your opinion of it, but I would say Oh, okay, I'm not sure actually if I want to call this a positive or not yet. I'll be quite honest with you, chat. I don't know if I want to call this a positive, but when it comes to the drifter melees on Warframes, so we've got the... where'd they go? Oh, it's updated the usage on. So we've got the Sampites, we got the Edun, we have got the... Where has it gone? Oh god, it's moved. I'm never going to find it again. The Siam and the Azothane, somewhere up here. Whatever, I don't care. Of those four, for newer players, they are absolutely incredible. They are well above the kind of thing that new players would normally have access to. Like, ridiculously far above the power level that new players have had access to before. Surprisingly high. I don't know if that's exactly a good thing. Remains to be seen on that. Remains to be seen. Maybe they just forgot, you know, maybe they just forgot to put in a mastery rank on those. Let me say, I don't think I have access to many things as a new player. What mastery rank are you, Hermes? What mastery rank are you? Ominous music starts. It does that. Wait, you'll check. Imagine not remembering your mastery rank. Oh. To be at such a stage where your mastery rank changes enough, you need to remember it. I'll need to look it up. The reason I'm asking is that I've filtered here items without blueprints. So the only things I've got here now are things which actually have blueprints you can get from the market. So we've got here Mastery Rank 4, A Furious. We've got here Mastery 9, the Akbolto. Mastery 2, Akbronco. Mastery 8, Aktagara. Mastery 4, Akalex. Amphis. 5, 4 for Exani, excuse me. 8 for Akvasto. 9 for Xamati. 12 for Magnus. Angstrom is at 4. The Ankyros at 2. You've got the Archititron at 10. Astilla at 10. Atomos at 5. And so on and so forth. Like, there is a heck of a lot here. You got Bronco is... Oh, Bronco is 0. Boltor is at 2. Burston 0. Cadus at 4. And so on and so forth. So you can filter down as well hide mastery, so hide mastered warframes and items not capable of mastery remain visible, but that's fine. You can work your way through, figure out what can you do next. And there are plenty of weapons here. Like, seriously, I'm still going. Still going. These are just the ones with blueprints from the market. Then you've got the weapons that you can get out in just missions here or there. It says you're at Mastery 3. Excellent, there we are. There we got that filter on again. So, Mastery 3, just look at the market here. We got 1. We got some to work for. We got a couple of Mastery 4s there. 2. 3. 4, 5, 6. 7. Oops, scrolled too far. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, keep going, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, nearly there, 31, 32, 33, I lied, we're not nearly there, 34, oh, was that one? Nope, 35, 36, although it's a stug, 37, 38, nearly, 39, 40, was that one? Yep, 41, 42, 43, 43 weapons, there we go, 43 weapons here. At Mastery 3 or lower that you can get just from the market. 43 of them. You need platinum for those? No. That's what I'm saying, Hermes. Every single one of these you can click through. Every single one has a blueprint here. I've hidden all the ones without blueprints. All of them. Every single one of them. The platinum is just a D showing, hey, you can get it right now for plat. But if you click through, blueprint. I get this blueprint, 30,000 credits, and then to build it, 25,000 credits, 3 control modules, 1,000 circuits, 1,200 ferrite, and 400 alloy plates. Now, for yourself at Mastery 3, those values are going to be things you need to work towards. You know, you're probably not going to have 55,000 credits lying around to just throw willy-nilly. You're not like me at 72 million. But even then, that was a Mastery 11 item. And we get something a little bit more on your level here, like the Volcar. 20,000 for the blueprint, 20,000 credits for the build of it, 5 morphics, 800 circuits, 1,200 salvage, 800 blasted. Very achievable. You got about 500,000 credits? That's pretty good credits going. Well done on that. So yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. And with that, you'll get a load of mastery, you'll be able to rank up to yet more weapons, and this is just the market. Just the market. I am Lag, you can check out my Sevagoth guide over on YouTube, !Sevagoth for a link directly to that one. The next thing, Hermes, is that once you are done with the market there, or actually before that, you can do this basically straight away. I'm going to head on down to a clan dojo now, my clan dojo. Let's just, uh-oh. There we go. I was slightly concerned for a second there. Let's just quickly head down here. Oh god, I realised I've gone quite over time, but it's fine. We'll just wrap up quickly. I have got important stuff to do tomorrow. So, in the clan dojo here, we then have these labs that we can head over to. So I'm going to go to the energy labs, the first demonstration. In the lab here, if we just filter this down to primary weapons, and you can see from established clans, you can get even more. So some of these are going to be higher mastery that you can get. Obviously, even Mastery 4 is above you right now, but you'll be there in a day, no problem whatsoever. Okay, none of those ones are Mastery 3, never mind. This is the next place after the market. So, yeah, Mastery... Ah, there we go. I did find a Mastery 3, the Prova. And you can even get yourself a Helios here. And this one actually does not have a Mastery lock on it. Although Fieldron... ooh, that's going to take a bit. Never mind, that is going to take a bit, granted. These are more expensive weapons and items to get hold of. There's no two roads about it. They are more expensive. If you join an established clan, that one's Mastery 2. And you're laughing. Whole loads of blueprints to get hold of. Loads and loads and loads of them. No platinum needed. The platinum is going to be for slots for you. That's where you're spending your platinum early on, slots. How do you get into a dojo? You join a clan. Pure and simple, you join a clan. Preferably an established one. Don't build your own clan. It's very, very material intensive to get a clan to even halfway this far. My clan has got basically everything researched. Understandably, you know, we've been around a while. See, again, we've got all these weapons here, we've got all these weapons here. And you want to know something extra special as well? I've saved you the best till last, my friend. I have saved you the best till last. You see this room here? You see this room we got called the Tenno Lab? This one's also got some weapons in it. Yeah, we got things like the Sibiris, the Velt, Tenora, Daikyu, Baza. Baza's a nice weapon. Do you want to know what's really great about this room here? It has a Warframe tab. Daily reset is at 12 noon UTC every single day. Weekly reset is 12 noon UTC on the switch from Sunday to Monday. So start of Monday UTC. That's when the weekly reset is. So you see this one here? We've got Banshee, we've got Nezha, we've got Volt, we've got Wukong, and we got Zephyr. You have got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Warframes. All of them available with no mastery rank requirements, as far as I can see. You join into a clan, you get access to 5 entire Warframes. You don't even need to go and fight bosses for these ones. You just get the credits, get the resources, and you make them. That's it. Yeah, one of these is a starter frame, but if you started with Mag or Excalibur, then it's still a new frame to you. That's pretty huge. Sticky Boy saying, hey man, a returning player, mainly play Octavia, but I want something to be able to solo the rough steel path because that's new to me. What strong, tanky frame should I try? If you're a returning player, you almost certainly have access to a very wonderful Warframe called a Revenant. His Prime's out now, but you can just go for the basic one if you want. He looks pretty snazzy with the deluxe skin. Revenant is my biggest recommendation for people who are trying to embark onto the Steel Path, because it is a huge jump up in terms of difficulty. And the reason for that is this ability right here, Mesmer Skin. Mesmer Skin, you are completely invulnerable to enemy attacks whilst that is active. Each time an enemy attacks you, if they can be stunned, they will be put to sleep for a short duration. You will take no damage, and you'll become invulnerable for a second as well from taking that damage, from taking that hit. Xmas units don't go to sleep, so they'll keep trying to shoot you, but at least for each charge, you've got a second of invulnerability from it. On top of this, if an enemy is stunned thanks to Mesmer Skin, you can then enthrall them for free, bring them onto your side, and now you've also distracted the enemies. There are a couple of abilities as well. I'll go into more detail on my. I've done a Revenant guide, haven't I? Yeah, I've done a Revenant guide, so I go into more detail on the Revenant guide. But this is a great starting point for you. I know that a couple of people are mentioning as well that you can use Octavia. Octavia is brilliant for the Steel Path 2. She is one of the very best frames for Steel Path. She plays an entirely different way though. She plays through invisibility. My boy here did ask specifically for a strong tanky frame. Revenant is strong tanky frame. Revenant is absolutely strong tanky frame. Another one you can go for along that side to also buff up your weapon damage is Rhino. Rhino is the second tankiest frame in the game, because Iron Skin also gives you invulnerability. Downside is it has to scale on enemy damage. Rather than having a fixed number of charges, won't put enemies to sleep. So Rhino can be a bit more difficult to manage that invulnerability, but he is otherwise, I'd say, the second strongest. In terms of defense, the benefit of Rhino is that Rhino has built-in Roar as well. You don't need to do any mumbo-jumbo helmet magic. And Roar is a lot of a damage bonus. Oh, yes. Wukong works pretty well. Wukong, Wukong's great, but if you're trying to get onto Steel Path, Wukong is a little bit too flimsy for people getting used to it. I would say get started with Rhino, Revenant, those types of frames for the serious levels of tank, and then you can work down the defense as you're more comfortable and have the weapons to deal up the damage. Yeah, 1500 armor isn't the biggest of defenses. You need other things to make Wukong survive. On Steel Path, he can fall apart. Just grab to say Nezha is better than Rhino. Nezha is a very good option as well. Nezha is absolutely a very good option. The Warding Halo there giving you, what's that? I think it's 90% damage reduction. And then you've got Divine Spears for massive amounts of crowd control. You've got Blazing Chakram. You've got the Status Immunity Warding Halo as well. You've got Status Immunity on Firewalker for you and your allies. Blazing Chakram is good at debuffing enemies to make them take more damage. With regards to Nezha, I'd say Nezha, in not being entirely invulnerable, leaves you open to difficulties if you are not yet fully used to Steel Path. It can look like you're defending and then suddenly just fall apart. Whereas for Rhino and Revenant, it's very clear when you go from surviving to you are vulnerable. So Nezha will be the next step, but they're not as tanky as Rhino and Revenant. Still very, very tanky. I'm not saying, oh, Nezha's like Banshee. No, not at all. There's Revenant, there's Rhino, there's Nezha. But there is a little bit more going on. That's why I suggested that way around. As for shield gating doesn't matter if you're invulnerable. I get where you're coming from. You like Nezha, you use Nezha, you are happy with Nezha. I'm recommending this to a new player to the Steel Path. Not to someone who has handled the Steel Path and is trying out different options now. Someone who's going, I need help. Give me something strong and tanky. Okay, yeah, strong and tanky. Got it covered. Anyway, I've gone on like 16 different tangents now. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a platinum giveaway. If you haven't already grabbed yourself a ticket, exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to get out of yourself a little bit of platinum. Doesn't matter what platform you're on. Doesn't matter if you're following, subscribing or whatnot. I would rather you follow if you're not already. You know, come on, hit the follow button. If you've been here long enough to hear me say hit the follow button, you've clearly been enjoying yourself, so you might as well hit it if you haven't already. And if you are enjoying the channel, consider subscribing as well. Every little bit helps me out. You can subscribe, you can hit the tip button, whatever's best for you to allow me to continue to bring this to you guys. Nope, so you're going to have to do that again, because if you do it in the welcome to the channel introduction message, the bot can't read it. So nope, so you're going to have to do that again. The introduction message is for you to introduce yourself, not to claim a ticket. I'll give you guys a moment on grabbing tickets. Elio, I'm surprised you didn't have a ticket already. Oh well, now you have one. As you say, much sadness, can't afford to sub to streamers, you'll deserve the support. I appreciate it, thank you. At the very least, if you can't subscribe, not to worry on that side. I absolutely understand. I only want people to subscribe if they are able and happy to subscribe. If it is going to put a hole in the wallet where you don't want a hole to be, don't do it. Absolutely do not do it. Supporting me should come after supporting yourself, not before. Yeah, ticket and enter both work, because ticket is just an alias for the enter command, but I prefer as ticket. Tickets are more fun. Ah, I see, Alien. Yeah, the circuit can burn people out if you're slamming it home. I can absolutely understand on that. Wait, did I finish the circuit this week? Shit, I didn't think to check. Been doing other stuff. I'm going to do that later. I can't do it much later from now. I'm going to do it off stream, though. We're not continuing the stream. I only have to do 3 rounds, it's fine, but yeah, I'm doing it off stream. I'm doing it off stream. Alright, I think that's where we're going to wrap up that those entries. Let's see. And close. Alright then. Everyone's got the opportunity to win if they grab themselves a ticket. Let's see, only one person can be the winner today. That winner is indeed Eliu. Well, would you look at that? It's a good thing your burnout didn't keep you away forever. Eliu, you are the winner today. Congratulations. I'll just be needing to have your Warframe username and platform. We'll get that sent on over to you. I'll send you a message here in Twitch in just a moment just to make sure we get that all set up with you. Congratulations, Eliu. I hope you put it to good use. Rigged? Oh, you guys know, it's always rigged. I always make sure to give it to someone who grabbed a ticket. That's how rigged it is. Like, if someone comes in here and doesn't get a ticket, then I will never give them the Platinum Prize giveaway. That's how much I rig it. I know it's cruel. Like, if someone can't type in !ticket, I'm just discriminating against them. It's so horrible. Oh dear. Right, chat. I think that is absolutely where we're going to have to wrap it up now. But let's see. Who can we raid on over to today? Who can we raid on over to today? I'm going to switch us over to a lovely little intermission screen. You even get the chat up on the side now. I see you over there. Yeah. Let's see. Who can we raid today? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You gotta participate? I know. It's surprising. Like, you can't win a raffle if you don't enter a raffle. It's a crazy concept. Truly mind-boggling. I can't keep this. It's just too stupid. Anyway, let's see. Warframe category. Who is streaming? What is recommended to me? We went to Zion the other day. Can't keep bugging them. Let's see here. I do not recognize that person at all. Where have they come from? Pyrrhic Serenity. I recognize that name. Have we been over to Pyrrhic Serenity before? I'm just going to quickly check. Are they about to end? Doesn't look like it. They've only been going for an hour. Yeah, let's make their day good. Let's improve this person's day. Let's raid on over to... Oh my god, I've got to spell this correctly. Why the complicated spellings? It's not even that complicated. I'm just tired. I'll copy and paste it. There we are. Alright, chat. We're going to be raiding on over to Pyrrhic Serenity. Let's go show them some love. Let's show them what this community is all about. And if you have drones, Bring your drones. Let's get that emote spinning. Let's show them everything that's brilliant about it. Thank you very much for joining in today. I'll see you again on Wednesday for some more Warframe. And in the meantime, you have yourself a good start to your week. That's all from me. Bye-bye.